A mortal, I toiled for 100 years. Finally, before my life ended, I reached the peak. I became a quasi-emperor. But just as I prepared to become a great emperor, the system suddenly awakened. But a second after seeing it, I told it to get lost. It didn't activate when I arrived 500 years ago. Now that I'm a quasi-emperor, what use is it now? In this era without great emperors, a quasi-emperor like me is already standing atop the universe. As an invincible powerhouse, I don't need help from any system. Yet, the system told me, during the Heavenly Star Sect trials, if I crush the Son of Providence, I'd get a novice gift pack. I didn't care about the rewards, but the Heavenly Star Sect it mentioned actually sparked my interest, because 500 years ago, that was the first sect I joined.
That means
This system is 500 years late, but I find it strange. 500 years ago, no Son of Providence existed in the sect. Among the disciples back then, I was the brightest star. Now, as a quasi-emperor villain, to crush a rookie Son of Providence, it's a total overkill. Such an absurd task gave this bored quasi-emperor a bit of amusement. So I stepped through the void, straight toward the firmament star region, descending upon the sect. At that moment, thousands of youths gathered at the gate, waiting for the trials to begin. Among them, an ordinary-looking boy carried an extraordinary aura. This is the Son of Providence, Wang Huo, Elder. Is this place where Holy King Yue once trained?
correct.
This is where that beast, Yue, trained. Disciple, remember this. Yue is cunning and treacherous. He's evil and ruthless. So fake, he plotted my death. With your holy fire divine body, you'll reach the peak of the great Tao. When you are strong enough, you must avenge me. Don't worry, Elder. Since I'm your disciple, I will surely have my revenge. Very good. After joining the sect back then, he soon rose as a human powerhouse. Before leaving the sect, he left behind a legacy. Others don't know how to claim it, but I do. Once you join the sect, go and take my master's legacy. You'll grow at lightning speed. Wang Huo heard about Yui's legacy, and his eyes filled with greed. Just then, the clouds above the sect surged. Sect experts emerged from the void. Our sect has a long history, with countless powerful beings. Even the one from 500 years ago, the world-ruling Holy King Yue, was once our disciple. If you can join us, then don't even joke. Ruling the continent or the universe is within your reach. Upon hearing this, all the youths held their breath, filled with longing and hope. Just as the Elder was about to start the recruitment trials, the sky suddenly changed. Ancient demon god phantoms seemed to cross through time. Everyone looked up at once, their pupils shrinking, with shock on their faces. I appeared in snow-white robes, with imperial power like an abyss, descending over the continent. With my arrival, the whole land fell silent. No matter who they were, everyone bowed their heads, unable to even look at the man before them. Holy King Yue became a quasi-emperor in 500 years. A new quasi-emperor for the human race. The experts of the continent were terrified and utterly shocked. The whole continent was so quiet at this moment that you could hear a pin drop. Holy King Yue, across the universe. That is my title. Impossible! How did he become a quasi-emperor so fast? Wang Huo gulped, doubting if he could help his teacher. For the first time, descending on the land, I turned slightly, as visions faded away, and the sky cleared for miles. Then my figure appeared above the sect. In an instant, all sect experts were alerted. Even the hidden foundations and sleeping ancestors woke up. In just a blink, hundreds of experts gathered above. We welcome Emperor Yue. No need to be nervous. I'm just here to see some old friends. Hearing my friendly words, all the sect's higher-ups couldn't help but smile. Just then, I looked down at the boys and the girls the moment they felt my gaze. All the youths below looked nervous, then showed deep respect. Greetings, Emperor Yue. Wang Huo hesitated in the crowd, but had to kneel down again. Master suppressed the Son of Providence. The target has knelt before you. Novice task complete. Hearing the system's voice, a faint smile touched my lips. Crushing him is just too easy. I don't even have to lift a finger. By just showing up, it's done without any effort. I waved my hand to help them up. You all are the future of humanity. Train hard, young ones. Upon hearing my voice, the group of youths were thrilled. They thanked me with great pride. I ignored their worshipful stares, thinking who the son of Providence was. As I scanned them, using my key observing technique, I soon spotted Wang Huo. Did you find anyone? With great talent, Emperor. No, I just found an old friend. Hearing the words old friend, the sect leaders looked at each other. Then they realized, and their faces turned pale. They looked at the crowd below. To be called a friend by the Emperor, one must be hundreds of years old. But these recruits are just children. What does this mean? It's obvious. There's definitely a big problem here. Damn, you noticed me. Hearing this, Wang Huo's face changed.
His heart almost skipped a beat.
Wang, just relax. Stop resisting. I'll take you away now. Hearing that, Wang Huo looked a bit relieved. He finally let out a sigh. I saw Wang Huo's reaction. He still wants to leave right in front of me. Boom! A dense aura surged from Wang Huo. Just as he tried to open a portal to escape, I waved my hand and instantly froze the space for thousands of miles around. In a flash, the vortex behind Wang Huo vanished. Countless divine mirrors covered the sky in all directions. It's like every last inch of space here was sealed. Just like that, Wang Huo was suppressed. When I put my hand down, Wang Huo was already in my grasp. Divine light flashed in my eyes. My gaze was deep, like I could see right through to the truth. Wang Huo suddenly felt like he was being seen through completely. Found it. At that moment, I noticed something. I muttered to myself, then reached out and grabbed. Crack! The ring on Wang Huo's finger shattered. A vague soul was pulled out by my other hand. This is actually Wang Yu Sage who defied Yuke with a great emperor 200 years ago. Wasn't he killed by Yuke with a great emperor? How is he still alive? Seeing the soul in my hand, the upper ranks of Star Sect looked shocked. My master suppressed him with force. Child of Destiny. Beginner's golden finger reward leveling up. I ignored the system prompt ringing in my ear. A faint divine light filled my eyes. I looked down at old Wang Yu. So it was you. You old guy, how are you still alive?
Honestly,
I just sensed a familiar soul. I really didn't expect this old friend would actually be Wang Yu Sage. But what really surprised me is, back 200 years ago, I already wiped out Wang Yu Sage's soul. Yet he survived. Wang Yu Sage, realizing his fate, was no longer afraid.
he glared at me full of hatred.
And before I could speak, he roared out. Behind him, an elder of Star Sect stepped out, sighed. Wang Yu, don't you have any shame? The great Emperor Yuke treated you as a friend, and even gave you resources several times. Not only did you not thank him, but you even colluded with outsiders in secret, trying to get him suppressed, with the great Emperor making a move against you. Isn't that justified? I was his friend, so shouldn't he help me? He went into eternal confinement, and gained great fortune, yet wouldn't share anything with me. He didn't even want to give me a bit, so of course he deserved to die. Hearing Wang Yu Sage's bizarre beliefs, the upper ranks of Star Sect stared at each other. Finally, they just shook their heads. No one wanted to argue anymore. You should have helped Master. That was your blessing. But you actually dared to attack Master. You don't deserve to be called a human emperor. Hearing this, I was speechless. Like father, like son. Wang Yu really is an idiot. And this child of destiny isn't any better. I suddenly started doubting if this guy is really the child of destiny. I didn't bother with previously arguing with these two. Didn't want to waste my breath on them. But how did Wang Yu come back to life? I was really curious about that. Then I activated my divine power, pointed right at Wang Yu Sage's forehead, started a soul search. My spirit entered deep into his true soul. When Wang Yu Sage tried to resist, I just snorted coldly, and his soul was sealed. Such a weak barrier. You really thought you could block me? Break. A silent boom blasted in my mind. Countless memories appeared before me. A moment later, I had completely read all of Wang Yu Sage's memories. After understanding what happened, A cold light flashed in my eyes. Wang Yu, you really have some nerve. Not only did you submit to the Yi clan emperor, but even dared to work with him, planning to destroy Tin Hung and countless lives for us humans, and help the Yi emperor revive. You really deserve to die. So it turns out the Yi emperor spotted Wang Yu's talent and saved him in secret. The Yi emperor's goal was for Wang Yu sage to work behind the scenes, to overturn Tin Hung, to help him refine the lives of billions, so he could restore his life force. If I hadn't found out, thanks to the Child of Destiny's luck, this plan might have actually worked. No wonder he's so selfish. Turns out his luck is that of the demonic path. A cold glint flashed in my eyes, and I understood. When I spoke, the Star Sect higher-ups' faces changed. Even those secretly watching here, the experts on Tin Hung couldn't stay calm. All over the void, a feeling descended. Everyone's minds getting restless. If humanity no longer has a true emperor, then what's the point of our existence? If you help me break through, I'll be your most loyal servant. If you dare touch me, the master will not let you off. Before Wang Yu sage could finish, I squeezed his soul into dust. Master killed the Child of Destiny. Beginner's golden finger reward. Hugely boosted. Hearing the system's voice, my expression stayed the same, but my eyes moved to Wang Hu in my other hand. The ruins Forbidden's land wanted to meddle with humanity. As a human quasi-emperor, I need to settle this. But before that, this Child of Destiny shouldn't exist any longer. Divine power surged. I gripped my palm tighter, about to crush Wang Huo completely. The killing intent from me made. Wang Huo's face turned to despair. He was filled with more regret. He just couldn't believe he was about to die like this. But just as I was about to kill him, the world suddenly changed. Thunder shook the land. The world was rumbling. Thunder roared. Deafening booms exploded in the sky. Somewhere in the void, a raging power seemed to descend. In an instant, across Tin Hung, in the void, thunder kept blasting across the continent, like it could wipe out everything. This is the will of the world itself. Even though divine judgment hasn't fallen yet, I can feel it now. That fate in the void was locking onto me. If I move even a bit more, divine judgment will come right away and crush me. Child of Destiny, protected by heaven and earth. Kill the Son of Destiny. Heaven and earth stay silent. I looked up. My eyes narrowed. Right away, I thought of some villain novels I read before. They all say the Son of Destiny, before their luck is broken, you can't kill the Son of Destiny. I'm protected by great fortune. All of heaven and earth shields me. Little you, dare you kill me? Can you kill me? Let me go now. Just let me go. And give me some benefits. I won't ever hold a grudge against you. If not, 30 years east of the river, 30 years west of the river. Don't look down on a young man. I laughed when I heard this. So what if heaven and earth protect you? I, Wuji, am the emperor. I crush everything in this world. If I want someone dead, no one can stop me. Not even the heavens. My divine power bursts forth. I grip my palm tightly, ready to erase his soul. As for heaven's will, just ignore it. You really dare kill me? Noticing my palm tightening, Wang Huo's face turned shocked and angry. Thunder rumbled as if the heavens were furious, like it didn't expect punishment from above, that I'd actually make a move. In an instant, countless lightning bolts gathered, forming a lightning dragon. Roaring, it lunged right at my eyes. With a slight lift, my indestructible body erupted with power. I just grabbed the lightning dragon with my bare hand. Catching a thunder dragon barehanded. This is how you conquer many realms. Going against the flow. Is this the great Emperor Yu Yi's power? Seeing me catch the thunder dragon, experts across the Tianhuan continent were shocked. Give it to me. My voice was deep. My hand tightened. In an instant, the thunder dragon looked like it was destroyed. It started to shatter, layer by layer, finally turning into thunder flowers, and vanished into the void. 3,000 law projections shined even brighter. Like 3,000 runes were blessing the thundercloud. Getting even fiercer, a terrifying punishment started to form. I was locked from every direction. If I want to kill someone, no one can stop me. It's just the will of a tiny star, daring to challenge me. My face stayed calm. My voice was cold. I looked up at the sky. My eyes were already filled with silent destruction. A vision of twisted stars. Get lost. Then I threw a punch. My divine power formed a giant fist. It smashed into the thundercloud. With just one punch, all color faded from the world. The raging power shattered the thundercloud and tore through the void. That endless void collapsed in layers. The sight of the universe was clear in the sky. An immortal battle burst from me, and a supreme, divine mind sealed the heavens and earth. I stood straight and tall, as if telling a silent story. If there is a next time, I'll make the sky fall silent. After the silence, the sky returned to normal. The light was endless and clear. The 3,000 laws high in the void had vanished without a trace. Even the will of heaven retreated. Everyone was stunned. Now, who can protect you? My breath slowly calmed. This can't be. Wang Huo panicked. His face turned pale. His eyes were full of fear. Spare me, great Emperor Yudi. Please forgive this little one. He couldn't even finish his words, and I crushed Wang Huo to death. Opened my hand, let it go casually. Wang Ho now turned to dust, from start to finish. I never took Wang Huo seriously. The only reason I came was just out of boredom. Just wanted to see, not because I was worried. You really think a quasi-emperor is only at the top in name? The child of fortune has been killed by the master. Master has completed the rookie task with extra credit. Would you like to open the rookie gift pack? Open it. Rookie pack has been opened. Congrats, you've got an extreme emperor weapon. The infernal halberd is temporarily in your system space. The host can equip it anytime. Would you like to take it out now? As the system finished speaking, my vision flashed. A projection appeared in front of me. Infernal halberd. Extreme emperor weapon. The ultimate weapon for battle. It holds mysterious power and is now awakened. Forged from 8 small worlds. It holds the power to destroy all realms. Mystically self-awakening. It can channel a trace of power, enough to wipe out a star region. With it in hand, you can rule the earth. By fate, a mysterious sense appeared. I could vaguely feel, in a dark space, a bloodthirsty halberd lay dormant, waiting for my call. Even through space, I could still feel the bond, like we're connected as one. With just one thought, the infernal halberd could break through space and enter reality. A rookie pack actually gave me an extreme emperor weapon. I raised my brow. A spark flashed in my eye, and a faint smile appeared. You know, in this universe, you can count extreme emperor weapons on one hand. Even as a quasi-emperor, I didn't have one. Now I've got an extreme emperor weapon, so my chances at the ruins Forbidden's area have gone way up. If the Forbidden's area dared plot against me, how could I not settle this with the human race? After sorting my thoughts, I put on a calm smile, looked at the Tianxing higher-ups, apologized and turned to leave, heading to the ruins Forbidden's area. Even a dying foreign emperor dares to mess with me. Does the human race think I'm dead? Ruins Forbidden's area. It's deep in the sky domain, among a group of dead stars, because there are many opportunities inside. And lots of taboos, it's well known. Many latter realm cultivators near death will enter the ruins Forbidden's area, seeking ways to prolong life or break through. In this vast universe, there are countless Forbidden's places like this. They're called Forbidden's because, in each one of these lands, sealed within are countless great earths. From ancient times through endless years, no one knows just how many, chose to seal themselves at death's door, awaiting the gate of heaven to open. Cultivators can greatly extend their lifespan, but in the end, they can't escape death. Even if they seize the great earth's life, it's just tens of thousands of years. Without becoming a god, no matter how strong you are, there's no way to live forever. That's why the great earth seal themselves. Since ancient times, these forbidden lands have caused endless slaughter. Self-sealing can delay aging by a lot. But eventually, life will still run dry. That's when the killing calamities happen. Whenever a great earth is about to die, they emerge from the forbidden zone, devouring the essence of all beings to forge their own life force, buying themselves more time. That's exactly why Giksu Forbidden's Land is plotting in secret this time. That's also why every Forbidden Zone is feared and dreaded by all. On this day in the Sky Domain, in the region of the Dark Universe, a figure dressed in white steps lightly from the void. With every step I take, my aura grows stronger. I waste no words, and just throw a punch. With a single punch, it's as if everything returns to chaos. Even a wisp of energy leaking out shatters stars within several light years nearby, turning them instantly to dust. Boom! Space trembles. Countless spatial vortexes roar outward. The Giksu Forbidden's Land, hiding under the void, is revealed a bit by my punch. Graves upon graves rise within Giksu Forbidden's Land, overflowing with creepy, ominous power. Giksu Forbidden's Land is a great earth, barren and lifeless. Who dares challenge a great earth? All these great earths survive by slaughtering lives, yet these lowly creatures dare call themselves emperors, and they still dare claim the title of Great Emperor. My voice booms out like thunder, like war drums, echoing throughout the Sky Domain. Hearing me insult the great earths, the guardians deep in Giksu Forbidden's Land, watching over the sleeping earths, are filled with rage. The black mist surges suddenly, and glowing figures light up with divine radiance, rushing out from the Giksu Forbidden's Land. As a legend who has dominated for centuries, I challenge them head-on, taking steady steps as a near emperor. My name resounds across the universe. Even these guardians recognize me. They assume it's unbeatable just because it's the true virtue quasi-emperor. And yet I dare insult the great emperor, seeking death. The guardians' faces like gods come down to earth, flash with killing intent. They come right at me. Saint kings and quasi-emperors alike. Their auras spread fast. Everyone nearby is shocked at the commotion, all looking toward Giksu Forbidden's Land. Moonlit Saint King. Why is he suddenly fighting Giksu Forbidden's Land? Anyone who provokes a Forbidden's Land is doomed. Moonlit is getting too overconfident. He thinks becoming a quasi-emperor means he can face a Forbidden's Land directly. When they see what's happening at Gihu's entrance, all the watching powerhouses are stunned, then quietly shake their heads, already picturing my downfall. Above and below, I alone am supreme. As I watch their attacks coming, my face stays calm. I don't even draw my emperor weapon. With a flicker, I create several incarnations and attack all the guardians at once, through all my fantasy battles. Becoming a quasi-emperor after 500 years wasn't about luck. It's all about raw strength. It was earned by stepping over the bodies of countless geniuses and monsters. Fighting my way here. 8 territories, quasi-emperor's fate, seeking heaven's post. The cosmos surges, gathering together, like a giant heavenly finger made of the 8 wilds Tao, falling straight from above, targeting a guardian. Endless power seeps out, and countless stars around shatter, turning into dust. As I unleash all kinds of powers and techniques, the guardians keep getting pushed back, like they can't last a single exchange with me. Giksu Forbidden's Land, hundreds of light years away. Suddenly, countless figures appear out of nowhere. All these powerhouses go stiff, staring at me in disbelief. They just can't believe I alone can stand against an entire Forbidden's Land. The Guardians haven't fought for endless ages, but the Quasi-Emperor Moonlit rose up on the battlefield, becoming Quasi-Emperor through constant war. Their battle experience is worlds apart. Plus, Moonlit's aura is unstoppable. Of course these Guardians can't win. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Soon the powerhouses all understand. And though impressed by my power, they still shake their heads, not optimistic for my chances. So what if you're strong? Quasi-Emperor is still just a Quasi-Emperor. You can't compare to a true Great Emperor. If the Great Earth inside Giksu revives, they can crush you with just a thought. If this is all Moonlit has, there's no way he'll survive. As I keep fighting, one master the power of the Quasi-Emperor realm deeper and deeper. And when I fully master that strength, my eyes shine bright, letting out a low roar. All my incarnations release a mystical aura together. Power explodes from me, unleashing layer after layer of magical might, crushing all the Guardians. In a flash, most of the Guardians are killed. Even the Quasi-Emperors are coughing up blood non-stop. Their auras are almost gone. Chaotic Great Emperor. Get out here for me, or I'll wipe out Giksu Forbidden's land today. My strong and commanding voice echoes through the vast universe. My will soars into the sky, locking onto Giksu Forbidden's land. Like at any moment, I'll level Giksu to the ground. Chaotic Great Emperor. This is the ancient emperor who secretly saved Sage Wengyu and tried to bathe the desolate continent in blood. A quasi-emperor. The guardian grips his chest, eyes bulging with rage. But before he can speak, I shatter him with a single punch, turning him to dust. The next moment, Giksu shakes violently, like an ancient power is awakening. Moonlit, are you looking to die? A blurry figure appears, like coming across the river of time. Traces of imperial power flow from him, making every living thing around struggle to breathe. You brat, Moonlit? What do you think you are? A mere quasi-emperor dares defy a great emperor. Even a trace of my power could kill you 10,000 times over.
Chaotic Great Emperor.
As if straight from time and space. Above the endless river, overlooking reality, looking down on the chaotic ancient land, a ray of DV shoots right at me. The universe shakes instantly. All is destroyed. Even though it's just a bit of DV, it still holds unimaginable terror. Wherever that terrifying DV went, space was wiped out, like it stirred endless void, and crashed down on me. Feeling that DV's terrifying power, I just chuckle. My eyes burn with fighting spirit, sensing the 8 desolate purgatory in the space. I don't hurry to use it, but stare back, fighting will blazing, and shout facing DV head-on. After all, an unawakened Earth overlord isn't worth my ultimate weapon. Next moment, I move my lips slightly, and slowly speak 9 words. I unleash the power of my greatest secret technique. With this supreme art, my aura explodes. My strength surges more than tenfold. Then I strike. In the chill light, it's like a silver dragon roars. DV is wiped out in a flash. I don't pause. My body flickers. I appear before the chaotic ancient emperor. Raise my spear and swing again, like opening heaven and earth, striking straight at the chaotic ancient emperor. In that instant, a world-shattering sound erupts. The area with me and the emperor collapses. Vast chaotic energies burst out. With my full strike, the universe itself is pierced, throwing us to another realm, and the chaotic ancient emperor, caught off guard, is blasted until his divine core dims. Even his core is blown away. You all still just watching? Will you really force me to unseal now? Why not make your move already? Help me suppress this soul. A cold, furious voice rings from the divine core. The chaotic ancient emperor rages. Wind-splitting words, barely spoken, when majestic force sweeps all around. Endless powers surge. Endless powers surge. Figure after figure, supreme and sacred, appear in the universe. Projections covering all realms. Their force deafening like the sea. Divine might rolls forth, making the universe tremble. Even the 3,000 grand laws cast on the sky seem to shudder. Vast universe. All laws and principles, for a moment, seem frozen and sealed. A mere quasi-emperor can actually push the emperor this far. 5 emperors appear together to end the world, all just to suppress this one. All the strong shake with fear. Their scalps go numb. None of them expected Moon Knight would force the emperors this much. Even if he is unmatched, he shouldn't get this arrogant. Fighting emperors is not the same as defeating them. Even if the emperor stays sealed, with 5 here, how can Moon Knight withstand them? But seeing all this, most strong still shake their heads. They don't believe facing this. I still have any power left. These are 5 emperors after all. Even if not unsealed, against Moon Knight, how could a quasi-emperor fight back? Everyone knows deep down. The final result. Today, Moon Knight must die. Facing 5 emperors arriving together. I just smile. Yet that smile makes all 5 emperors frown. A bit confused. They don't get why. I can still smile now, with countless eyes on me. I reach and grasp at the void. With a thought, in the dark, I connect to the 8 desolate purgatory spear. Instantly, the universe is transformed. Demonic flames soar. A spear like a twisted black dragon, bringing destructive visions, falls from the sky. As the spear appears, even space grows thick around it. Time itself seems to stop. A terrifying pressure flows out, spreading everywhere. The starry sky, billions of stars tremble. Starlight flares, and all rumble and shake, as if they can't take the purgatory spear's terror. A war spear shrouded in black flames. Its shadow floats above, echoing throughout the universe. With its arrival, the whole universe is shaken. This presence means an ultimate emperor weapon emerges. In that instant, across the cosmos, ancient ones who were sleeping all wake at the spear's arrival. Eyes sweep the stars and land on me. Everywhere in the cosmos, obscure powers churn. This kid, Moon Knight, actually got an emperor weapon. The 5 emperors' eyes sharpen. Their faces change. Even many emperors don't have such weapons. Ultimate arms rival emperors. That's not a joke. You want to all unseal yourselves to fight me. Or get lost now. Today, get lost from my sight. If not, I wasn't sure if I could face the emperors. But with the purgatory spear in my hand, now I understand. As long as there's no emperor weapon, even an emperor, I can suppress. Comrade, do you misunderstand something? Those words shock the universe. All the strong gasp, an emperor admitting defeat. In all of time, this is a first, and especially to a quasi-emperor. That stuns everyone. They stare at you in disbelief. The chaotic ancient emperor joined traitors, wanting to destroy our wildland, to use all wildland's life force, to feed himself. I am a quasi-emperor of mankind, so I must defend my people. And you call that a misunderstanding? The 5 emperors fall silent, all curse in their hearts. These humans always have people like this, ready to do anything for their race. After these words, I stand in my armor, like flames clearly ready to fight. Pingtian and the others look more serious. A quasi-emperor alone means nothing, but one with an emperor weapon, that's something else. They survived until now, just to become gods. Would they risk it facing me? No way. Or Pingtian wouldn't have backed down. After thinking briefly, the 4 make up their minds. What a joke. Even if you have the extreme Tao Emperor pen under the moonlight. So what? When I'm not the same. I was just about to mock and let others revive with him. But before I finished, the chaotic ancient emperor's face turned green. Because the other 4 emperors actually ran away, once they heard I wasn't there to fight them to the death. Just looking for the chaotic ancient emperor. He didn't hesitate at all. He turned and left right away. As for pride, they don't care about that. If they cared about pride, they wouldn't have given up everything to hide in forbidden grounds and seal themselves off. As long as they survive, given enough time, who would even remember their disgrace? Right now, survival matters most. Furious, the chaotic ancient emperor was left speechless, unable to say a word. All obstacles have rolled out of the way.
Chaotic ancient, are you going to break the seal yourself?
Or do I need to help you with that? As an emperor, don't let the whole universe laugh at you. Show your emperor's dignity and fight me. Unlike the cultivation world, this fantasy world was born for battle. Supreme Tao prevails. If you want to get stronger, improve your cultivation. The best way is to fight non-stop. I managed to reach quasi-emperor status in just 500 years. All because I kept fighting, stepping over the bodies of countless prodigies and monsters, making my way here step by step. If I get to fight an emperor, my growth will be tremendous. Thinking of this, I licked my dry lips. I'm pumped up and ready, sensing my battle intent. The chaotic ancient emperor went silent. Next, on the godly seal over chaotic ancient earth, a string of cracks appeared, crisscrossing instantly. That overwhelming ancient aura surged outward, and as the divine source shattered, his presence grew even more majestic. A young man with white hair, a single horn, and some scales on his face, stepped out of the void one step at a time. By using your life force, plus an extreme Tao Emperor weapon, you will pay back for my revival this time. You will learn the price of challenging an emperor. With those words, the chaotic ancient emperor let out a low roar, summoning a deadly tree. A terrifying power started to revive. Next moment, The chaotic ancient emperor unleashed endless terror and attacked me outright. When facing a fully awakened emperor, of course I don't dare to be careless. Now that he made his move, I held nothing back and instantly used my righteous secret arts, fighting with all I had. The split technique can create endless clones. The more clones I create, the weaker each clone is. If I make 10 or fewer, each clone still has 90% of my power. A resonant buzz rang out, my body flickering, and 9 clones appeared by my side, each already at the quasi-emperor threshold. With a deep and ancient vibe, they hovered in and out of sight. My life. I can gather all worldly Tao and laws into myself and merge countless arrays, stacking Tao markings over and over, turning them into divine imprints, connecting me and every clone. If you look closely, you see metal, wood, water, fire, earth, and even chaos, yin, yang, and many powers unfolding. In a flash, 10 of us formed a battle formation, locking down the chaotic ancient earth. Then I fully cast the lost 3 secret arts. My move art grants unrivaled speed to the very limit, even letting me run against the flow of time. The forward art lets me predict past and future, so in battle, I can foresee my opponent's moves, anticipate their attacks, and spot openings. The all-in art forges all techniques into one furnace, letting me use any energy and endlessly refill myself. The 9-character secret is powerful but eats up huge amounts of energy. The receive art is the core technique among them. Swinging my halberd, I feel the shock art boosting me endlessly. Like this one strike, even time itself seems frozen. I flickered, with move active. I became like a ghost, everywhere and nowhere. The spirit art amps me up. My strength, energy, and will skyrocket. The fight art lets me change up any technique. Endless lethal arts, powerful spells endlessly evolve. And the lost energy gets instantly refilled with all-in, like black holes opening around me, draw in waves of chaotic energy, which I absorb, and quickly turn into fuel. Against my endless attacks, the chaotic ancient emperor was totally caught off guard for now, even with years of battle experience, slowly reviving inside him.
He still struggled to keep up.
In just a few seconds, I'd already fought with the chaotic ancient emperor over 100 million times. The whole chaos sea felt like it raged because of us. The chaotic ancient emperor was completely suppressed by me, the shockwaves, spawning insane amounts of wind, water, fire, with endless worlds born due to our fight, and then destroyed in our clash. As the battle raged on, the chaotic ancient emperor's experience fully returned, but still couldn't handle my fierce attack. He let out a furious roar, no longer caring about burning his own life, and pushed his power to the absolute limit. I'm the lord of stars and earth. I'm an emperor with a true Tao fruit. How could a mere quasi-emperor challenge me? I crush everything. I stared flatly, like a deity, looking down at the chaotic ancient earth. Self-extinguish. My art lets my wounds heal fast, even restoring my strength and spirit instantly, making me nearly immortal. Even if all that's left of me is a drop of blood, as long as my will remains, I can come back to life. A light of life shines, a green glow flashes over me, and my wounds are instantly gone. My gaze is calm. I utter a mystical sound and combine all 9 arts into one. Then, one after another, profound Tao marks swirl around me, my power reaching its peak. Standing at the very top, chaotic ancient, you can't escape. The terrifying power reached its peak right then, and in that instant the chaotic ancient emperor's face changed. His spirit shook.
He reflexively tried to run.
But I can't run. Running now means dying faster. Just as he instinctively tried to flee, the chaotic ancient emperor forced himself to stay with pure will, and his face regained composure, to be the one and only true emperor of an age. The chaotic ancient emperor couldn't be stupid. Running mid-battle just gives up all defense and leaves you to be cut down. That's a complete disgrace. Even if I fall in this fight, I must let you see what an emperor truly is. He gritted his teeth, steeled his resolve, and stared at me, saying in fury, His aura instantly exploded, and his face rapidly aged, his power now flavored with decay. Now, you'll see why I truly earned the title Chaotic Ancient. Maybe it's facing death head-on. The Chaotic Ancient Emperor let go of life and death, his confidence once more like in his glory days. He stared as the era-dominating emperor I remembered, making a hand seal, and spoke one word at a time. Eons destroyed. The two of us erupted together, with our strongest attacks. A quasi-emperor actually suppressing an emperor. Seeing me clash with the chaotic ancient emperor, all the mighty ones were stunned, completely shocked. They couldn't believe I could be this powerful. I'm not even an emperor, but I'm already stronger than one. If I one day truly become an emperor, my strength will be unimaginable. In the Forbidden's grounds, countless ancient emperors' faces shifted, their eyes full of awe. And for the first time, they also felt the tension looks like it's about to reach a climax. Seeing me and the Chaos Emperor both unleashing our ultimate moves, all the powerful beings clear their minds. Their attention snaps into focus. Everyone stares right at us. The Chaos Emperor and I explode with our strongest attacks at the same time. Across the entire sea of chaos, every law and rule seems to vanish in that moment. Even those hiding in Forbidden's lands. Ancient beings at the level of Emperor Zhengde can't get close with their divine senses. The part of the Sea of Chaos where we fight, some strong ones below Emperor level can't hold back anymore. They instinctively release their senses. But before they even get close, they all grunt in pain. Their auras instantly weaken. So who won? This question flashes through everyone's mind. Right at that moment, heavy footsteps begin to echo out. At the border of the Sea of Chaos and the Universal Gold Land, a figure slowly steps forward. The purgatory halberd slants down, with blood dripping off it one drop after another. The entire universe seems to advance right at this instant. Even though some had expected this outcome, when it turns out to be me, everybody is still totally blank-minded, like they just couldn't believe it. From this day on, anyone who plots against humanity dies. My voice booms like thunder. I sweep my gaze across the vast universe.
Hearing this, all the emperors look absolutely awful.
Since becoming emperors, they've stood at Kum's top of the universe, even after sealing away their divine powers and cutting themselves down. The name Forbidden's Land still terrifies the universe. But today, an emperor to be just shouted out loud right in their faces. That's insanely arrogant for anyone, let alone an emperor to be. Way over the top. But not a single one stepped out to argue. No one even dared to shout back. Meanwhile, I'm sitting cross-legged atop a ruined star, quietly taking in the insights from that fight. When I open my eyes again, I've already made a breakthrough to Emperor to be. The second tier opens up right then. A mechanical voice from the system sounds in my ear, ringing out right beside me. The secret realm of Big Dipper Emperor in the starfield is about to open. Please, Master, try to survive. When facing the child of destiny inside, I freeze for a second. My expression stiffens. Didn't I already get rid of that child of destiny? I literally killed him. So, is there a new child of destiny now? Big Dipper Secret Realm is a place I visited back when my cultivation was only at the Daoxi realm. The highest level inside that secret realm only allows those under the spirit hiding tier. Trying to recall. I remember what the Big Dipper realm is like. Then I fall into deep thought. So as an emperor to be, how am I supposed to get in if only lower level cultivators can enter? Good thing I'm already an emperor to be. A slight smile appears on my lips. As an emperor to be, if I want in, there's no way it's actually that hard. I'm honestly a little curious. Who the new child of destiny will be this time? Perfect chance to dig a little deeper. About how this system actually works. My eyes are deep. As I glance out toward a corner of the universe, there's still a few hours left before the Big Dipper portal opens. I decide to go somewhere else first. Figure out this system I'm carrying around. What exactly is it anyway? Is there some plot behind it too? Sure, this villain system gave me an ultimate imperial weapon. But after surviving 500 years in a fantasy world, how could I ever fully trust it? If I just activated the system right after transmigrating. Fine, I'd take it. But now, for me, it's just not all that important anymore. First, I need to get clear on what this system is. then head to the Big Dipper secret realm. No rush. And besides, I haven't gone to see him in forever. A beautiful figure pops into my head. I take a step and slice through the void, leaving. In the blink of an eye, I arrive at the Divine Demon Forbidden's land. Seeing the Divine Demon Forbidden's land in front of me, I recall the lost time I entered this Forbidden's place. I can't help feeling emotional. If I hadn't gone into the Divine Demon land, I probably wouldn't have achieved all this. 200 years ago, my power reached the Heaven's Ladder realm, and once again I was hunted by the top experts of 10,000 races. I accidentally fell into a space storm. When I woke up, I realized I'd landed inside the Divine Demon Forbidden's land. That experience laid the foundation for my immortality. It let me really take off. In just 200 years, I suppressed every clan with my strength, treading on endless bones, to step into Emperor-to-be, clearing my thoughts. I take a step forward and enter the Divine Demon Forbidden's land, passing through a barrier. The scene in front of me shifts rapidly. Next thing I know, I'm standing in darkness, in a dead and silent world. Looking around, the sky is dim. The ground is scorched yellow. This world looks straight up decayed. Even the trees are red-black, with red veins faintly winding through them. The air is thick with a vibe of death and killing intent. Feels like you might drop dead with every step. Senior Moonlight, I've come to visit. Please, can I meet you? I take a deep breath. I bow deeply and say it loud and clear.
As soon as I finish.
Ripples of space appear around my body. I don't resist. I'm instantly swallowed by the ripples. In the distance, a waterfall like the heavenly river pours down from the sky. It never stops rushing, giving off an aura of Tao. In the heart of the forest, a sea of flowers sways in the wind. A thatched hut stands right in the middle of the flowers. Looks like an island. Looking out, this world actually feels like a fairyland. Honestly, it's a true paradise. But outside the forest, there's actually a ton of wild, chaotic energy. Even though I've been here once, seeing the environment again, I'm still surprised and totally awed, especially now as an emperor tube. I can sense even sharper that every flower here holds a whole world inside. It's just like that Buddhist saying, a world in every flower, enlightenment in every leaf. There are no mistakes here. While I'm looking around, a cold, calm voice comes from behind. I turn around and see a woman in white, with an elegant, calm vibe, quietly watching me. She's the master of the Divine Demon land. No one knows her origin. All we know is that she's incredibly ancient and barely ever acts. But when she does, she can kill emperors with ease. So strong that words can't really describe it. 200 years ago, when I accidentally entered the Divine Demon land, she was the one who saved me. That was also the only time someone recognized I was from another world. It was because of my identity as a transmigrator. Only then did she save me. Just because she found it fun, she gave me some opportunities. And because of her curiosity, I achieved what I have today. 200 years ago. Thank you for your help, Senior. Or I wouldn't be here today. I bowed deeply to the Emperor and spoke with respect. She shook her head, telling me not to mind. Then she signaled me to sit. I said no more, and obediently sat on the stool across from her. That Journey to the West story. She looked at me expectantly. I knew she wanted the rest of it. So one offered the full version, in exchange for the full 9 secrets. Fine, I'll tell you later. To help you complete the secrets. She nodded with satisfaction, with a faint smile. To be honest, although she's insanely strong, for some reason, I find her a bit cute. I guess she's just a shut-in, detached from the world. That's why she seems so derpy. So why have you come to me? Unless you needed something, you wouldn't be here. For some reason, I felt like her tone was a bit resentful. I told her about the system. I asked her to check it. She got interested and reached out. A massive divine sense enveloped me, then surged into my body. She pulled back her hand. A faintly glowing orb, covered in flashing runes, appeared in her palm. It was the system itself. Wow, she took just a second to pull out the system's core. She scanned the system, put it back, and said, "Fear not. Nothing suspicious or malicious. It's not a plot." I breathed a sigh of relief. If there's no plot, then I'm safe. This is why I trust her check. Without worrying, she'd steal my treasure. Basically, she's a total shut-in. A chill, socially anxious one. If she wanted treasures, no one could stop her. She could even ascend anytime. This is what I learned after knowing her for days. Anything else? She asked. No, I shook my head. Is that really all? She muttered, then watched me quietly. Seeing her expectant face, I understood. Okay, I'll tell the story, I said with a smile. She nodded happily. With a wave of her hand, Tao laws manifested, freezing the flow of time here. She knew I had things to do, so she paused time for me to take my time. I recalled the story's details and began the narration. After finishing the whole story, under her guidance I gained new insights into the 9 secrets. I closed my eyes right there to refine and deduce them. 6 months passed in a flash. I snapped my eyes open, a golden flash in my gaze. My aura had grown deeper and more mysterious. The complete 9 secrets are now truly the imperial essence. Now, even at the second heaven stage, without using an imperial weapon, one can stand against emperors. I thought excitedly. Calming myself down, I looked at the emperor. She was sitting on her stool, sipping tea and spacing out. Thanks for the guidance. I stood and bowed to her. I said gratefully. She shook her head, signaling no thanks needed. She hesitated, then whispered, any more stories? I've read all the stories here. As she finished, her voice was just a murmur. She really is a bored shut-in. She's actually read all the books from every civilization in the entire universe. I told her with a smile. Of course, from my past life as a bookworm, I know countless stories. Her eyes lit up at that, but she picked up her tea, pretending to take a sip. Visit when you're free, she said. Then she looked up and added seriously, I know many other secret arts. I agreed with a smile. Even if she hadn't asked, I definitely would come back. After all, the strongest person is likely the emperor. If I didn't cling to her, I'd be an idiot. She nodded with satisfaction and opened the portal for me out of the forbidden land. I bowed once more and prepared to leave. She watched my back, then after a thought, said, if you want to ascend to the upper realm, prepare yourself first. I paused and looked back in confusion. It's not as simple as people think. If you rush in, you'll surely die. You must prepare now. Like building a faction. My pupils shrank. Senior, I asked, how does building a faction help with survival there? She didn't answer. Instead, she looked down, as if finding something fun, and played with her tea. I think I get it. She's playing games now. She's afraid I won't come back, so she left a cliffhanger for next time. Man, how can she be so cute? I rubbed my nose, bowed with a wry smile, and left. The Big Dipper realm was opening. Many experts joined forces to build a platform before it. At a glance, the platform was bustling. Cultivators were all buzzing, talking and debating. Most were talking about me. After all, 3 years ago, my victory at the Chaos Land was epic. 10. You started at 5. Opened the Path C at age 10. Now, barely 20, he's already at the peak of the blood-refining realm. As long as you get the Beidou Great Emperor's legacy this time, maybe you'll be the next Moonite Emperor. The Lord of Ziwei Dao Palace looked at the young man before him and spoke with heartfelt advice. The next Moonite Emperor. Jun Chen frowned slightly, a bit annoyed. He started to feel some dissatisfaction toward Moonite, even a hint of hostility. He was just born earlier than me. What makes him worthy to be compared to me? If I lived in the same era as the Moonite Emperor, I would have crushed him a long time ago. Master, I am who I am. I am Jun. There's only one change. If I get the Beidou Great Emperor's legacy, that's Beidou's. Good luck, because only I can truly make the legacy shine. As for the title of Great Emperor, everyone out there says this era belongs to Moonite for sure. That's just ridiculous. Give me a little more time. I'll reach Quasi-Emperor status for sure. When that happens, who wins and who loses will be anyone's guess. This era can only have one great emperor, and that's me. Today, Tianj looked up and spoke with proud confidence. He was born with natural omens and was blessed by heaven and earth. At just 5 years old, before he even started cultivation, His physique was already fully refined. By the time he was 10, he'd opened his pathsy effortlessly. Now, he's already at the peak of the blood-refining realm. Not just that, he's crushed the entire young generation of the Tiangu star. Nobody can beat him. Moon Eye Emperor. Who cares? Not even worthy to compare with him. If he hadn't suppressed his cultivation to enter the Beidou secret realm, he might already be at the peak of the divine treasure realm now. The Moon Eye Emperor just happened to be born earlier. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have seen his back. Yes, whatever you say, my disciple. Once you come out of the Beidou secret realm this time, your name will shake the whole cultivation world. Surpassing Moon Eye Emperor? Easy for you. After all, he's called Great Emperor Moonite. But really, he's just a quasi-emperor. The Lord of Ziweidao Palace nodded repeatedly, holding Juntiange's hand and speaking, even though he didn't think Juntiange could surpass him. Among those with high talent since ancient times, plenty have trained fast early on. But how many have actually reached quasi-emperor, let alone become an emperor? Only the real monsters who grow up are true prodigies. Otherwise, they're nothing. But that doesn't matter. We're just saying nice things, that's all. It's not a big deal. What kind of level is Moonlit Knight Emperor? How could he be compared to you, Tian? Joke. If you just had a little time, Tian. Beating Moonlit Knight Emperor would be so easy. You've got what it takes to be an emperor. You're just as good as Moonlit Knight. Whatever Moonlit Knight can do, you'll definitely do it in the future too. All the Ziweidao Palace elders were grinning. They all started hyping up Tian. Their thinking matched the sect leaders. It's just sweet-talking a kid. Even bragging more doesn't matter. After all, Tian's talent really is scary. They truly are depending on Tian. When he grows up, he'll take them all to the top. So of course they have to support Tian. One day, nothing will block my eyes. No ground will bury my heart. And I'll conquer gods and demons alike. I'll walk out of the Beidou secret realm, and everyone will know my name. My journey to invincibility starts right here. Tan stood tall and proud, full of passion, pointing one hand to the sky, one to the ground. He spoke with confidence. The Ziweidao Palace higher-ups, because of the barrier they'd set up, if anyone else had heard this, they felt like they would have just died of second-hand embarrassment. So cringe, they'd curl up and disappear, even if they thought Tian was full of it inside. On the surface, they all gave him a thumbs up, saying how awesome he was. Awesome, Tian, you rock. The disciples nearby looked at Tian with respect and admiration, which made Tian even more fired up. He felt invincible. Beidou secret realm. Beidou secret realm. As long as I get Beidou Great Emperor's inheritance, I'll be unbeatable. This time, I'm for sure the biggest winner. There's no way, it's not me. He looked up ahead, at the sky now sprinkled with starlight. Tian's eyes burned with excitement. In his heart, he was fired up. This is what luck's chosen one looks like. At the same time, up in the void above the platform, Yu Yu looked at Tian with a strange expression. He thought to himself, he didn't even have to search for the lucky one. There are just too many people here. If he used his sensing technique one by one, who knows how long it'd take. Luckily, Tian and the others kept talking about him, especially when Tian mentioned him. It was full of malice and hostility. If Yu Yu couldn't sense that, now that would be weird. To the earth, any thought is known, throughout the whole universe. As long as someone speaks the earth's true name, the earth can sense it. That's exactly why the folks at Ziwei Palace dared to badmouth him so openly. Because in their minds, even though Yu Yu is called a great emperor, he's actually just a quasi-emperor, not powerful enough to know everyone's thoughts. Too bad. Under normal circumstances, that'd be true. But Yu Yu holds the power of destiny. He can read past and future, say his name and fate shifts. That's basic stuff for him. Is he observing the lucky one? Seems like it. That's probably it. The Beidou secret realm will lead to invincibility. A smile played on Yu Yu's lips. Sounds nice and all, but looks like you can't even get in. Sensing something, Yu looked toward the entrance of the secret realm. Meanwhile, everyone talking down below noticed something too. They all looked at the Beidou secret realm. The formerly starlit sky was now filled with dazzling colored lights. Cascading visions of stars appeared one after another, with divine energy shining down. All sorts of miracles began unfolding fast. Pure spiritual energy gushed out from the void, spreading everywhere. Anyone who breathed in that starlight energy felt instantly refreshed. Even their auras started to transform, like they all got a great boost. In the sand, an ancient, imposing, and awe-inspiring world began to appear, slowly taking pipeline from the void. Beto's secret realm. The Beto secret realm is about to open. It's finally opening. Beto's secret realm. It's really opening. Beto's secret realm. Here I come. Everyone on the platform jumped to their feet. The young cultivators were especially excited. Their eyes all sparkled. Breathing grew quick. Everyone stared at the opening secret realm. What's so exciting? You're all just extras for me. This place exists for me alone. How could any of you compete with me? Seeing everyone so excited, Tan just sneered inside. He thought to himself, even if he was a little pumped, what got him excited was his soon-to-start road to invincibility. He was already picturing getting the Beto Emperor's inheritance, with everyone watching. The projection of the secret realm began to concentrate. Streams of space energy gathered. Soon a vast portal appeared, opening right there in the void. The Beto secret realm is open. As the powerhouses got ready to send their disciples in, a figure suddenly appeared before the portal. It was Yu Moonlit Night Emperor himself. That's Moonlit Night Emperor. Moonlit Night Emperor is here. Seeing Yu in front of the portal, everyone was shaken to their core. Shock was all over their faces. Their minds practically froze, like they just stopped functioning for a second. We welcome you, Moonlit Night Emperor. The next moment, everyone snapped out of it and stiffened up, bowing deeply to Yu, shouting in unison. Even if Yu's aura was totally restrained, and there was no pressure at all, for some reason, everyone felt a deep, primal suppression, as if even the great sages could barely breathe. This is the might of Moonlit Night Emperor. Awe flickered in everyone's eyes, mixed with some confusion and curiosity. Why would Moonlit Night Emperor show up out of the blue? But Yu ignored, the crowd bowing to him. Simply looking at the portal, Yu's eyes turned serious. Inside the Beto secret realm, evil energy was surging. This dark, violent, chaotic feeling. It was pure destruction and negativity. Aside from demonic energy, the Yu couldn't think of any other reason. Did something go wrong inside the Beto secret realm? He took a deep breath. The Yu's eyes turned serious. Since that's the case, he'd have to adjust his plan a bit. His mind was flooded with thoughts. The Yu turned to face all the cultivators. He calmly said, Beto secret realm is now permanently closed. You all need to leave now. What? Beto's secret realm is permanently closed. Why would the Beto secret realm suddenly shut down for good? As soon as he said that, all the cultivators looked shocked. Their eyes turned blank. Xuanji seemed to remember something. Everyone felt a jolt inside. Their faces suddenly turned weird. Is Moon Knight Emperor trying to keep the Beto secret realm for himself? Of course, none of them dared say that out loud. They could only wonder in their hearts. As for what everyone was thinking, the Yu didn't care at all. He spoke with imperial authority. Whatever he said was final. Just do as commanded. The Yu couldn't be bothered to explain. He looked back at the Beto secret realm. Raising his hand, he was about to act. Just then, a loud shout came from the platform. Moon Knight Emperor, are you trying to bully us with your power? Trying to hog the entire Beto sec Ret realm for yourself? As soon as he spoke, the whole platform fell dead silent. Many cultivators who were about to leave froze. All of them looked stunned. They instantly looked toward the voice. Who's so bold to challenge Moon Knight Emperor? This man suppressed a real emperor, while still a quasi-emperor himself. Even the Yu froze mid-action. A hint of resembled a smile played at his lips. He turned to look at the speaker. And the one talking was, unsurprisingly, Jun Tianj. Everyone had already cleared the area around him. All the other forces stayed far from the Ziveidao Palace area. Even the Ziveidao Palace's top elders were stunned. People were just dumbfounded. Their heads were buzzing. It's over, we're done for. If we try to appease this kid, will he actually believe it? That idea flashed through the minds of the palace master and every elder. We beg the Moon Knight Emperor to forgive him. This disciple is too young. He's still immature. If he offended the emperor, please forgive him. Feeling the Yu's gaze, the palace master went weak all over and dropped straight to his knees.
He spoke, trembling with fear.
The other elders all knelt too, their faces white as sheets. As for the disciples, they were scared out of their minds. Master, elders, why are you doing this? Am I not just telling the truth? Moon Knight Emperor, as a true emperor, would you really fight us juniors for these opportunities? Jun Chen frowned slightly. He answered in a loud voice. The palace master was almost scared out of his mind. He just wished he'd covered Jun Tange's mouth. All the elders were shaking. Everyone's scalp tingled. All cultivators looked as if they'd seen a ghost. They stared at Jun Tiange in awe. Only one thought remained in their heads. Has he always been this bold? Do you realize how gutsy you are? Interesting. A true child of destiny. Truly worthy of that title. They're all so full of themselves. Now they're trying to guilt-trip me? The Yu chuckled to himself. Amusement flickered at the corner of his mouth. Moral blackmail. I won't fall for that. Am I supposed to be a saint now? If I want to take the opportunity, I will. What can you do about it? Anyone got questions? The Yu spoke coolly. His gaze swept the platform. We have no objections. All the cultivators bowed low. They shouted loudly. They aren't as dumb as Jun Tiange. Yelling at an emperor? That's just asking for death. Jun Tiange's face turned green. He was furious. These people wouldn't take his side. And angry at the Yu, who didn't act the part of Parsons. You're a human emperor. How could you take the opportunities meant for us juniors? Moon Knight Emperor, are you really afraid we'll get strong someday and threaten your status? So you're scared, aren't you? Today I'm standing tall, shouting out loud. His voice rang out high, echoing all around. The entire platform was filled with his voice, echoing again and again. The other cultivators were so scared they nearly lost their souls. Now, not even the idea that Jun Tiange was brave remained in their heads. Their faces had all turned pale. Outrageous! The elders of Ziwei Dao Palace exploded with rage. They all shouted in flustered anger. How dare the Ziwei Dao Palace do this? Letting a traitor disciple speak out like that. Huang Jixuan, I think your Dao Palace shouldn't even exist. The Moon Knight Emperor is someone of dignity. How could he tolerate insults from the likes of you? How dare a brat speak such nonsense? Emperor, you've got some nerve. Huang Jixuan, are you all asking for death? No one could sit still now. Experts from every sect spoke out, all yelling with fury. You idiots trying to get yourselves killed. Don't drag us with you. We're not brainless, and we never even thought about provoking an emperor. Killing intent filled the air. Even more opportunities and auras were everywhere, especially around Ziwei Dao Palace. It looked like people were ready to wipe them out, ready to erase Ziwei Dao Palace completely. Jun Tiange, do you admit fault? Huang Jixuan, the Ziwei Dao Palace master, looked furious.
He glared angrily at Jun Tiange.
But before he could finish, Jun Tiange interrupted. What am I wrong about? So what if they're an emperor? Does being an emperor mean you can't speak up? Should we all just bow down? Jun Tiange's voice rose sharply, full of passion and anger. Madman, total madman. A crazily stupid madman. Everyone was stunned by his display. They were all dumbfounded. No one thought someone like this even existed. So you think I'm worried you'll steal my status? You say I throw my weight around. But I once crushed all the clans and raised the name of our people. Where were you then? I fought off the beast hordes, saved our people from disaster. Where were you then? I fought the strong from other races and made sure our best could grow safely. Where were you then? I fought and dominated the other clans. I battled the emperors, blessing the human race, guiding all beings. When I did all this, where were you? The Yu looked at Jun Tiange. He took a step and spoke with each move. His voice rumbled like thunder, like the sound of war drums, making him even more imposing. When the Yu appeared above Jun Tiange's head, his final words were deafening. Jun Tiange stepped back without thinking. Or do you want to say you're still young, so you haven't had the chance yet? The Yu's eyes, silently fixed on Jun Tiange. He spoke calmly. Jun Tiange felt exposed by the Yu's words. His face flushed bright red. Even if I monopolized the Beidou manual. So what? How could I let a kid like you point fingers? Who do you think you are? What can you do to question me? Do you deserve it? Power rules cultivation? I'm stronger than that demon. Whatever I say is the ultimate truth. If you can't accept it, that's your problem. The Yu spoke coldly. Dao Yu, the great emperor. Ziweidao Palace has never had such a rebellious disciple. As a junior of Ziweidao Palace, I officially expelled Jun Tianj from the sect. One asked the great emperor Yu to vouch. Huang Jixuan shouted loudly. Jun Tianj couldn't believe it. He looked at Wang Jixuan. His face was twisted with rage. Why? Why expel me? Bootlickers, all of you are just the emperor's bootlickers. Ding, child of destiny. Since the master was expelled, he was suppressed by his master. Congratulations, you've completed your task. The higher the completion, the better the reward. Rewards scale with completion. The system's voice spoke by the Yu's ear. We, the powers of the star domain, expel Jun Tianj from the star domain. If Jun Tianj dares to set foot here, he will be executed without mercy. At that moment, after exchanging messages, all the powerhouses from various factions started speaking up. Suddenly, the entire platform was buzzing with voices of countless strong cultivators. All 99 star domains in the fantasy universe spoke up. Expel Jun Tianj. Before the Moonlit Emperor says a word, they don't dare act on their own and kill Jun Tianj. But representing their own stance, expelling Jun Tianj is still possible. They don't want the Moonlit Emperor to mistake them for and Jun Tianj being on the same side. No way to the heavens. No path underground. In just a few heartbeats, Jun Tianj became the public enemy. Even the whole universe rejected him. In a flash, Jun Tianj felt struck by lightning. His body shuddered. His face went stiff, turning incredibly pale. He never expected, just for questioning the Yu a bit, he'd pay such a huge price. Why? Why is this happening? He was speaking up for everyone. Why are they treating him like this? Why are they even helping the Moonlit Emperor? Child of Fortune. Because his master is rejected by the whole universe? Wei Shay has suffered a major loss. Mission rewards are being increased. The system voice rings out again. Looking at Jun Tianj, who was in shock, the Yu's face was calm and blank. He even felt a bit like laughing inside. This world tries to guilt trip you, but in the face of absolute power, those dirty tricks are nothing but wishful thinking. It's all just ridiculous. Now, as a half-emperor, and with the entire universe watching, he destroyed a real emperor-level half-emperor. The Yu, crushing a mere child of fortune, doesn't need any effort. He didn't even need to lift a finger. Countless people would do it for him, unlike how those villains act in novels he read before, where the MC still fights the child of fortune. By playing mind games, it's all you. All because of you. Life is tough for me because of you. So why should it be easy for you? Today, Jun Tianj looked at the Yu with hatred. Angry and scared, in his heart. It all turned into hatred toward the Yu. At that moment, Jun Tianj didn't care anymore. That the Yu was a half-emperor, and he was just blood-refining realm? The Yu, you really think you're that strong? If we were from yet another era, you couldn't even catch up to my shadow. I was born a divine being, with the holy star physique. Dare to suppress your realm, and fight me one-on-one. Jun Tianj pointed at the Yu, and shouted loudly. He wants proof. He wants to prove to the whole universe. If they're the same realm, even a half-emperor is still no match for him. Only then can he prove his worth, and only then can he survive. Clearly, Jun Tianj isn't dumb. He knows his situation right now. If he could match the Yu in the same realm, people would start to value him. By that point, even if others keep targeting him on the surface, he'd be fine. Maybe that would actually be a huge opportunity. Otherwise, he's dead for sure. As for beating the Yu, Jun Tianj has no doubt. He's got the foundation of the earth, destined to become an emperor one day. How could the Yu be his match? The Yu, just be my stepping stone. As long as we're the same realm, you won't beat me, Jun Tianj thought to himself. Right as Jun Tianj finished talking, the Yu looked at him. The half-emperor's pressure flashed and vanished. With just one glance, Jun Tianj turned to dust. The Yu wiped him out completely. Not even a shred of his true spirit remained. Idiot, The Yu shook his head. His face remained calm as ever. A fight at the same level? You? Who do you think you are? You really think I'll go along with whatever you say? You're not that important. Just kill you on the spot. Next, a dull sound echoed through the void. Thunderclouds started forming above the immediate cosmos. Heaven's punishment is coming. Get lost. The Yu's eyes flashed with a cold light. He shouted coldly. It felt like an invisible force exploded from the Yu. In an instant, the heavenly tribulation above retreated like a receding tide. Heaven and earth's will backed off. No way it would punish the Yu. Fortune's son has been killed by the host. Host has overachieved the mission. Massive advanced rewards incoming. Advancement task rewards have capped. Congrats, host. You've completed the advanced mission. Would host like to open the big advanced reward box? System prompts kept ringing in the Yu's ear. Open it, the Yu thought ding. Congrats, host. You've acquired the immortal demon physique system. Right as those words fell, the Yu's vision flickered. A projection appeared in front of him. Immortal demon physique scripture. Supreme divine sutra, unique version. Once you reach the peak of cultivation, you can transcend time and space. Gather the true spirit, undying through countless tribulations. Eternal and immortal. Preconditions for cultivation. Refine a mark related to true demon or true immortal. Condense the true demon body or true immortal body. If you refine both, you can form the immortal demon physique. Break free from the vast world. Beyond the yin and yang, 5 elements. Supreme true spirit, unique and one. Can only one person practice this? Refining true demon or true immortal imprint. A golden flicker flashed in the Yu's eyes. He looked toward the Beidou secret realm's entrance. Inside the Beidou secret realm, there seems to be demonic energy. Does this fit the technique's requirements? Sensing in his sea of consciousness, an intricate mark has already formed. The Yu didn't rush to knee the immortal demon scripture. Instead, he turned to the rest of the cultivators.
He spoke calmly. You all should step back for now.
The group of cultivators looked startled. A thought flashed by. They quickly agreed. Then all started leaving the platform and backed away to a distance. The Yu looked at the Beidou secret realm. His gaze was deep. Some mysterious connection rose from him. He raised his hand. Divine power began to flow. The pressure belonging to a half-emperor revived from the Yu. The Beidou secret realm's rule. Only Saint Hidden Realm and below can enter. If a strong one tries to force his way in, the Beidou secret realm would just collapse. Even a half-emperor can't fix that. But if a half-emperor can't forcibly enter, that doesn't mean there's no other way in. The method to get around this is simple, since there are rules. Just refine the technique and return the rules. He reached out his hand. Terrifying pressure erupted from the Yu. His hand seemed crafted by the heavens. Dao runes flowed endlessly. Every patch of skin looked like a masterpiece of creation. Perfect with no flaws at all. Mist still lingered. The Dao determines rise and fall. It's like the manifestation of Dao. It holds the true essence of Dao. So profound, words fail. Just a glance at it, and you'll feel enlightened. His palm seems like an extension of universal rules. Within this boundless space among the sands, the whole universe trembles under Night Rain's hand. Countless stars shake in response. As endless energy surges, even the void collapses layer by layer. Even more, countless runes appear, drawn by Night Rain's palm. Flickering and fading away, he waves his palm, merging with the void ahead, slowly closing his hand. Vast portions of space. See tidal surges spreading rapidly in all directions. A sphere appears before their eyes, being slowly retrieved by Night Rain from the void. Looking closely, you can see inside that sphere. There's a shrunken, complete world. It's none other than the Beidou secret realm, holding the stars in his hand, carrying the universe on his palm. Night Rain looks toward the Beidou secret realm. Night Rain releases his divine sense, directly enveloping the Beidou secret realm. He starts to refine it. Runes form one after another with a single thought from Night Rain, continuously condensing in the void, then fusing into the secret realm sphere, very quickly. As a faint glow flashes across the sphere's surface, refining the Beidou secret realm feels effortless. Night Rain finishes the refinement instantly. In a flash, he enters the Beidou secret realm. Space shifts like stars moving and time turning. Night Rain sees a land void of life. A dead world. Blackened objects float everywhere in the air. Night Rain stands in the void. He looks down and notices within the secret realm, all living things have already been demonized. No exception, their eyes blood red. Fighting non-stop. The thick smell of blood fills the void. Chaos everywhere. Wild and savage. Waves of violence flood every corner of this world. So it is demonic energy. Strange how this universe sees demons. They're just demon cultivators, not actual demons. But as for these beings, have they really become like the demons from novels I read in my last life? Are they not products of this universe? Connected to the upper realm, Night Rain frowns slightly. In his mind, he recalls Emperor Sovereign's words from before and clears his mind. Night Rain looks toward the depths of this world. That's where the demonic energy originates, and where the Beidou Great Emperor's legacy lies. Beidou Underground Palace, said to contain the Great Emperor's legacy hall. Centuries ago, Night Rain came here before, just like every living thing that enters after each opening, but was never fated for the Great Emperor's legacy. The legacy hall is full of trials, like checkpoints to pass one by one, each floor until the end. Now that he has a Dao fruit, Night Rain, he doesn't need to go through trials like he did when he was weak centuries ago. No more challenges one by one. He just rips through the void by force and arrives right at the core of the Beidou Underground Palace. A white-haired young man appears there, sitting cross-legged in the palace's core space. Black mist seeps out from his body. On his skin, dark patterns wind across him. The void around him is distorted by his presence, like he's turning it into a demonic domain. That force covers every inch of this space. If anyone came here, even a Grand Saint would instantly become possessed and turn into a mindless demon, incarnation of the Great Emperor's divine sense. Night Rain gestures, sealing the space around him off. He looks at the young man and instantly recognizes who he is. In a Xiangxia world, a divine sense avatar is like a soul remnant of a strong cultivator. A branded projection. The Beidou secret realms changes really are related to the Great Emperor. It actually works? He senses a wave of hunger from his own sea of consciousness, coming from the immortal demon Eternal Technique Mark. Night Rain's eyes light up. Whatever caused this divine sense avatar to mutate turns out to be the true demon brand. That makes it easy, just as Night Rain is about to suppress the avatar. Suddenly, the avatar seems to sense Night Rain's presence. His eyes suddenly open wide, his pitch-black gaze fixed on Night Rain. Chilling, murderous intent erupts from the avatar. Mortal scent. A dry, raspy voice escapes the avatar's lips. Before he finishes, he transforms into a mass of black mist and rushes at Night Rain. Get lost, Night Rain shouts and reaches out. The 8 Desolation Infernal Halberd appears in his hand. Peerless Emperor power awakens. The halberd strikes down, like splitting heaven and earth. Its sharp edge tears toward the black mist. Frightening power shakes the Beidou secret realm. The black mist is instantly destroyed, but reforms in the void immediately after, and lunges at Night Rain again. What the hell is this thing? Can't kill it, and it's already reaching god-tier levels. Night Rain frowns. His intuition warns him not to touch it. Even a god can die here, let alone kill an immortal demon. Alright, let's try something else. He limbers up a bit. Battle flames shine in Night Rain's eyes.
Cultivators are born to fight.
Fight endlessly. Breakthroughs never stop. This is the best way to train, since it's hard to settle. Then let's have a real fight. Last time, it was this entity that became the stepping stone for his breakthrough to the 3rd level of the Quasi-Earth realm. 9 secrets. He calls, boosted by secret arts.
His aura surges,
Activating all his secret techniques, layering mystical methods together. Night Rain goes all out, striking at the outer black mist. Elsewhere in the universe, seeing Night Rain enter the Beidou secret realm, all the cultivators assumed it was over. They started chatting about Juntianj. All agreed, never recruit disciples who aren't right in the head again, no matter how talented they are. Just don't. It's too scary. Seriously, way too scary. One wrong move, and your whole sect is doomed. Just look at Ziwei Dao Palace. Even if Grand Emperor Yue said nothing, it's clear Ziweidao Palace is basically done for. Leaders may stay silent, but that doesn't mean underlings won't guess their intentions. As always, there's no way other orthodoxies will let Ziweidao Palace off. No chance. The people at Ziweidao Palace know this too. When they just left, they were thinking of how to minimize their losses. While the cultivators were chatting, a massive boom shakes the void. The power of the world goes berserk. Wind, water, and fire quickly manifest. Impure energy and hydrogen spread everywhere. Two figures show up directly in the universe. Wait, it's Grand Emperor Yue. The other one looks like the Beidou Great Emperor's avatar. But the Great Emperor's state isn't right. He's fallen to demonic energy in the Beidou land. Everyone is stunned. They instinctively look toward the battle. As they see what's happening, every cultivator's pupils contract. Shock spreads across their faces. Bad news. The next moment, all the cultivators react and instantly retreat far away. Wild energy spreads in all directions. The asteroid belt holding the Beidou secret realm is instantly obliterated. Countless space rifts tear through the cosmos. The void shatters like glass, collapsing right after the cracks appear. Some cultivators too slow to escape just touched the shockwave and were vaporized instantly. Not even a scream. Before they vanished, Night Shadow, still fighting the avatar, sees all this and frowns. He spins the 8 Desolation Infernal Halberd, slicing open the cosmos, and slips straight into the Sea of Chaos. The maddened avatar sees this and lets out a beast-like roar, rushing after him right away. Emperor Yue led his spiritual avatar away from the main universe. The fleeing cultivators stopped in their tracks. They still looked terrified. Their faces were pale as ghosts. Everyone was still shaken. The avatar went berserk. Thank goodness, thank goodness. It's a good thing disciples weren't sent into the Beidou secret realm. Otherwise, this thought flashed through everyone's mind. Their faces froze. It hit them all at once. Their bodies tensed up. So this is what Emperor Yue really intended. The real reason he stopped the young ones from entering the Beidou secret realm. It all made sense now. They felt pretty ashamed. Deep down, they were so grateful to Yu Yu. But they just sneered at Jun Tange. An idiot is just an idiot, still daring to guess at Emperor Yui's motives. How could they know it was to save him? Honestly, he deserved what he got. In the Chaos Sea, as for all these rumors, Yui had no idea. And even if he knew, he wouldn't care. After fighting that spiritual avatar for a few minutes, Yu was starting to figure out its condition. It just seemed to have the trait of not dying easily. Its power boost wasn't all that. Plus, because of the demonic aura, it had no consciousness. So its fighting ability wasn't great. Nothing could erase it. But maybe with the 9 secrets and the hell of 8 desolations. Can it be trapped? Maybe even completely wiped out? Yu Yu gave it some thought. He formed some hand seals. More runes formed around him. He clasped his hands and shouted. The hell of 8 desolations halberd turned into a black dragon. With a roar, it charged the avatar. Yu Yu pointed his fingers like a sword. Countless runes blasted out with just a thought. They surrounded all sides of the avatar. A mystical, divine aura exploded out. Runes linked together everywhere. They spun up a bunch of sacred realms, sealing off the avatar completely. The divine wool was locked tight. It could barely move. The black dragon went straight for the avatar. It couldn't be destroyed. Then I'll kill it 10,000 times. Yu Yu just didn't buy it. How could a demi-emperor really live forever? He chanted with a booming voice.
His energy was blazing hot.
The hell of 8 desolations unleashed endless power. It was like all of existence was burning. A demonic avatar was nothing here. The void of the cage holding the avatar seemed to be burning away. Lots of chaotic energy vanished at that moment. It felt like things were shifting and churning. Boundless laws surged and flowed, transforming into more mystical meanings. With the 9 secrets and the hell of 8 desolations pressing down, the avatar couldn't fight back at all. It kept cycling between rebirth and destruction. Even the earth itself couldn't beat you, let alone a demi-emperor level avatar gone crazy. The avatar had lost all reason. In just a few seconds, it was refined millions of times over. Suddenly, Yu Yu sensed something. Golden light flashed in his eyes. He waved his hand. The 9 secret seal faded. The hell of 8 desolations and black dragon flew at Yu. They changed back, and the halberd landed in his hand. With a thought, he locked down the area. Countless cultivators who were watching suddenly went blind. No one could see what was happening in the chaos sea now. Taoist friend, look ahead. Yu said with a smile. The avatar after being reformed. No more demonic aura at all. Its dark eyes were normal again. It was clear-headed now. Beidou thanks you, my friend. If you hadn't been suppressing the demonic aura, I probably never would have come back to my senses. The Beidou Emperor, the avatar, showed a bitter smile. He sighed and bowed to Yu. No need for all the formalities, friend. I've benefited from you too. Glad I could help you. Lucky, Yu raised his hand. Invisible power helped Beidou up. The Beidou Emperor understood. He realized Yu had also been inside the Beidou secret realm. He smiled and looked relieved as he spoke. Happy to help my race. Helping humanity produce someone as strong as you is a great thing. Sit. Let's talk, Yu said, gesturing. He gathered chaos energy into 2 seats. His will would soon fade. Friend, if you want to ask me anything, just ask. I'll tell you all I know, and leave nothing out. Yu understood his intentions. The Beidou Emperor just sat down. He spoke gently. So, what happened to you, friend? Yu sat down as well. No small talk, no delay. He got right to the point. This goes back millions of years. It didn't surprise Beidou that Yu asked. He nodded, no shock. A hint of memory flashed in his eyes. The Beidou Emperor sighed. While talking, he gathered his thoughts. He looked at Yu. Did you know? Back in the era before an emperor proved the Tao, there were no celestial stars yet. Celestial stars didn't exist. Yu's pupils shrank. A spark of insight flashed in his eyes. He was starting to put it together. The cause of Beidou's descent into madness, the so-called Heaven's Will, is actually a cosmic authority shaped by universal law. Heaven's Will, it's the heart of the universe, the heart of all things. That's what it really means. To become an emperor, you have to absorb the laws into yourself, merge with them, and only then can you ascend. That's pretty much right, just like the myths Yu read in his past life about saints becoming holy. To become an emperor, you must command a celestial star, like a sage needing primordial key to ascend. But the Beidou Emperor, he became emperor before a celestial star was even born. He ascended directly. That says a lot. No doubt about it. The Beidou Emperor paid a price to ascend. And that price had to do with demonic energy. You've guessed it, haven't you? Back then, I'd been waiting for the celestial star, so I could command its Tao and become emperor. But then disaster struck. Many ancient emperors tried to harvest the living. Life itself, humanity was in danger. It was a hopeless crisis. I was only a quasi-emperor, no match for a true emperor. When I felt powerless and desperate, I suddenly sensed the upper realm. The Beidou Emperor spoke slowly. Upper realm? Yu raised an eyebrow. So the demonic energy came from there after all. Well, not exactly the upper realm. More like a rift between this universe and the upper world. I drew demonic energy from that space gap. Yes, I could tell. That's what it's called. Demonic energy. That's what let me become emperor. But using demonic energy came with a price, and I had to pay it. Vitality and lifespan would be devoured by the demonic energy. Once I could no longer suppress the demonic energy, it would take control of Wu's mind. Wu would become a puppet to the demonic energy, although there were many risks. In order to save humanity, Wu didn't care anymore at that point. Originally, Wu just wanted to earn enough time for the city to withstand the darkness. Then, once the chaos was resolved, Wu planned to self-destruct, or take the foreign emperor down with him. But Wu underestimated the demonic energy.
Saying this, Beidou Emperor sighed.
Then he went on. I did take the foreign emperor with me, but the demonic energy seized the moment, allowing me to preserve this divine will avatar. All these endless years, I've been suppressing the demonic energy, and as you can see, my friend, it's clear that in this last 100 years, not even Beidou Emperor could resist the demonic energy forever. In the end, I was controlled. If Yu hadn't appeared, the entire sky domain and even the whole universe might have fallen into chaos. As for the threat of this sealed demonic energy, Yu saw it all very clearly. Strong cultivators might still resist, but the masses are different. They have no way to defend themselves. All beings in the Beidou secret realm, under Beidou Emperor's divine will avatar, fell to the demonic energy. If that divine will avatar appears in the universe, imagine the sheer catastrophe it'd cause. It's just obvious. So if you plan to ascend, my friend, proceed with caution. There are big problems in the upper world already. It's not just monsters sneaking in through space cracks. There's demonic energy leaking from above. Even a glimpse through an opening shows what's really happening up there. Don't underestimate this demonic energy. It's no joke. What you saw was only a trace, just a mark. Even a trace can affect the whole world. If you saw the real thing, it's unimaginable. Be careful, my friend. Beidou Emperor warned. Yu Yu nodded slightly. Even Beidou Emperor is warning him. So there's no way Yu Yu would mess with that demonic energy. He's not like those chosen ones with plot armor. That's for the best. Once I'm gone, please help suppress that demonic energy. Thank you from Beidou. Beidou Emperor stood up and gave Yu Yu a deep bow. Then he gazed into the void. His eyes seemed to pierce through everything into decisions across the universe. His gaze turned dazed for a moment. He murmured, "May no one stand in Pan. May it last forever." As these words fell, Beidou Emperor's divine will avatar began to fade. He really couldn't hold on any longer. He was about to completely vanish. Watching him start to fade, Yu Yu gave him a respectful bow, then waited in silence. Soon, Beidou Emperor was completely gone. A mysterious aura appeared. A black mist filled with evil power emerged where his avatar vanished, manifesting in the void, churning endlessly. Sensing Yu Yu's presence, the demonic energy trembled slightly, then rushed straight toward Yu Yu. Still want to cause more trouble here? Yu Yu snorted coldly. He activated the 9 secrets. Spirit weapons started to move. All were lined up in front. 9 magical runes formed in front of Yu Yu, profound and ancient, their mysterious power rising and flowing. Each rune looked like a law-made manifest, revealing universal truths, eternal and mysterious. Gazing at them, one would be enlightened, with endless insights. With one grab, the 9 runes became a cage, sealing the demonic energy inside. He withdrew his hand. Yu Yu collected and sealed away the demonic energy. Just what is really going on up there? After a conversion, Yu Yu tore open the void and returned to the main universe. He flew deep into the cosmos. First, I need to practice the demonic immortality sutra. Then it's time to see the Emperor again. What's really happening in the upper world? Only the Emperor can answer that question. Deep in the universe, in a domain where stars and worlds are collapsing, Yu Yu was sitting cross-legged on a broken star, eyes closed softly. He began to cultivate the demonic immortality sutra. The mark glowed faintly. A huge wave of information suddenly flooded Yu Yu's mind. It was limitless, like smoke and sea waves. Even though Yu Yu was a quasi-emperor, the impact was overwhelming, and he couldn't help but groan. After a while, Yu Yu finally opened his eyes, a hint of shock showing in them. What a terrifying technique. Yu Yu gasped. For him to reach this level, Yu Yu had practiced countless techniques. Some of them were even ancient inheritances. But even the strongest ones were nothing compared to the demonic immortality sutra. They were just dust in comparison. Its contents were way scarier than even the system's descriptions. If you fuse true immortal and true demon marks, you get the demonic immortal body. Once you achieve it, you're undying, with boundless lifespan, almost impossible to erase, and nearly impossible to kill. Not only that, the demonic immortality sutra contains countless divine arts and secret methods, each one insanely powerful. They're all top-tier offensive techniques. They're marvels, just can't be described. Is it really describing the immortal mark? Yu Yu exhaled, his eyes flickering. At this point, Yu Yu couldn't help but have suspicions about his system. He's no fool, not at all. From the first quest, he got the Supreme Imperial Weapon, which became his key asset for slaying emperors. Second quest, he got the Undying Demon Gold, which naturally led to the demonic energy. How can all this not be connected? Anyone would think it's all linked. Even a fool wouldn't doubt the system intends for more immortal energy to appear. And Yu believes it definitely will. Otherwise, why would the system give him the demonic immortality sutra? Just wait and see. As long as the system means no harm to him, that's good enough. Now use the demonic energy to lay the foundation for the technique. Let the demonic immortality sutra begin. Time to forge the true demon body. Countless thoughts flashed through Yu's mind. But he cleared those distractions, turned his palm over, summoned the demonic energy to his hand, closed his eyes slightly, and started to activate the technique to begin refining the demonic energy. Meanwhile, as Yu was secluded deep in the universe, focusing on the demonic immortality sutra, in the neighboring sky blue domain, on the main sky blue planet, on the outer sect peak of Law Sect, a young man suddenly sat up in his bed, face full of shock and confusion, sweat pouring down his forehead, gasping for breath. Didn't I die? Where am I? He looked around, confused, a flicker of confusion in his eyes. But as he looked more closely, his whole body shook, a mix of shock and doubt on his face. This looks just like the old outer sect house in Law Sect where he once lived. Suddenly realizing something, he raised his hands in surprise, hurried to the bronze mirror, and saw he was indeed back at Law Sect. I actually returned 1,000 years back? Back to the ancient Xuan universe before Doomsday? Looking at himself in the mirror, his eyes grew even brighter. And he looked beyond thrilled. He tightened his fist. His heart pounded with safe excitement. Such a huge surprise. He couldn't calm down for a long time. He's been reborn. Haha, this is amazing. Awesome. I know every great opportunity of the next 1,000 years. Now that I'm back 1,000 years earlier, aren't all those treasures mine? With those chances, I'll definitely become an emperor. Before I could finish speaking, a figure flashed through the young man's mind. A trace of fear flickered in his eyes. His excitement instantly cooled down. No, even with these opportunities, it seems I might still not become an emperor. That guy is just too strong. He's terrifying. He didn't just dominate the whole era. Even the great chaos in the upper realm was stopped by him alone. If only he'd had more time, he might have suppressed the entire upper realm by himself. Can I really be his match? Even if I go back 1,000 years, I'm not sure I could have changed anything. He looked lost and hopeless. Just thinking of that figure filled him with fear. Even 1,000 years later, he had still become a quasi-emperor. But compared to that guy, the gap was enormous. It's like comparing a grain of rice to the full moon. So what if he knows about the opportunities? The young man understood clearly. Facing absolute power, so-called chances are just a boost. But they are far from decisive. Reborn once more. Do I still have to live in his shadow? Then what's the point of my rebirth? If he could become a great hero, why can't I? He felt unwilling. His fist clenched tightly, until blood started to seep out. Just as he was thinking, a thought flashed in his mind. A wicked idea rose in the young man's heart. Wait a second. If he's alive, I'll always live in his shadow. But what if he's dead? What if he actually dies? With a second life, and 1,000 years of memories. If that guy dies, who could possibly challenge me? Who else could compete with me? The more the young man thought, the more it made sense. The more he thought, the more excited he got. He has to die. Yeah, he has to. If he doesn't die, DV will only ever be him. If that's the case, it doesn't matter how many opportunities I know. DV is bound by the same era. A second great emperor can't be born. But if that guy dies, things will be totally different. As long as I really become emperor, all the chances would be mine. When that day comes, I'll grow even more terrifying than him. The you. It's not that I want you dead. You're just in my way. And also in the way of everyone else. Only if you die, destiny will stand with me. Only if you die. Can I lead all of existence to overthrow the upper realm? I'm doing this for everyone, not just for myself. So the you really do have to die. His eyelids drooped slightly. Killing intent flashed in his eyes. The young man muttered to himself. That person is none other than the you. Let me think. If I remember right, at this time, the you should have already become a quasi-emperor. But he's just not famous yet. With my strength right now, there's no way I could suppress the you. Just impossible. But whatever. I have 1,000 years of memories. I don't have to do it myself to kill someone. My memories are my trump card. They let me know things ahead of time. Using others to kill the you is what I remember. He tried to recall what happened during this time. A big grin slowly appeared on the young man's face. His face is full of confidence now. It's like he's already seen the U's end. The you're as good as dead? In the Shattered Star region, the you seemed to be shrouded in demonic energy, with a touch of creation flowing around him. Suddenly, he sensed something in the unseen. The you's eyes shot open. In a flash, a dazzling divine light shot from the you's eyes. As if splitting heaven and earth, countless shattered stars turned to dust. The terrifying power made the entire region tremble. Right before the quake, the you saw deep, mysterious words swirling, which then vanished into the you's eyes. Endless runes spilled from the you's gaze, like a mighty, towering, immortal, and mysterious river of time sealed in his eyes. With a thought, countless images flashed in the you's eyes. With his divine sense unleashed, he covered the entire universe. Then he quickly swept toward the sky blue star region. Someone is feeling malice and killing intent toward me. And the cause feels strange, the you muttered softly. Recently, he sensed that quite a few people hated him enough to kill. After all, when one rises, it usually hurts a lot of people's interests. The you didn't care at all. After all, most of them just think about it and lack the guts to do anything. If someone tries, I'll kill them. With so many stars in the universe, and so many beings, can the you really kill them all? He can't be bothered. The strong always stay strong, while those left behind can only watch his back. Never able to catch up. Would the you even care about a rat in a gutter like that? But the malice he sensed earlier actually caught his interest, with a deep feedback from the runes. It turned out this person was kind of unusual. There was power of time and years swirling around him. In an instant, the you's gaze instantly locked on the young man. He saw the young man's silhouette reflected in his eyes, watching him quietly plot how to kill the you. The you found it pretty amusing. Looking on from above, watching this kid scheme against him was actually pretty new and refreshing. Truly a person blessed with great fortune. And his luck keeps getting stronger too, huh? A new child of fate picked by heaven. But I sure wonder what story will play out between this child of fate and me. He scanned the flow of fortune. He saw the faint golden item floating above the boy's head. Something normal people could never spot. The you's face stayed calm, not surprised at all. In fact, the you even got a little excited, remembering everything he'd been through, and started thinking which story involving this child of fate was about to unfold. The power of time and years, huh? So it's a reborn fate-blessed child. Back from the past or the future, is it? Interesting, much better than some Demon Dao or Liu Tianzhao types. A child of fate is way more useful to me. The more of them die, the stronger the next one becomes. Each time a child of fate dies, the you nodded in satisfaction. He had pretty much guessed who this new child of fate was. After taking one last look at the young man, the you left his mark on him, then lost all interest, and withdrew his gaze. He closed his eyes and started cultivating again. There's no time to waste. Right now, what matters most is training the immortal demon indestructible manual. As for this fire, he'll deal with it after coming out of seclusion. It's not too late then. Of course, even if he doesn't care, the you still stays cautious as usual. After all, chosen ones like that sometimes just play by their own rules. If things go wrong unexpectedly, that would really turn things upside down. So, the you marked him with a brand. This makes it easy to watch him at any time. A mysterious aura swirled around. The you entered a deep state of insight. Cultivation blurs the years. Countless years flashed by in an instant. And with this closed-door session, the you spent a full 5 years inside. During this time, the young man in Tianlin's heart was constantly doubting everything. Emperor Moonite showed up with the Supreme Emperor weapon to suppress the Chaos Land. He appeared when the Beidou secret realm opened, and even suppressed the demonic spirit of Beidou Great Emperor. When the young man heard this from other disciples, he felt like he'd just been struck by lightning. His eyes looked dazed. Who am I? Where am I? What am I even supposed to do? This isn't right, something's off. He had no memory of any of these things happening. the Yu's presence at this exact moment. Wasn't he supposed to still be in seclusion? And at this point, the Yu didn't have the power to suppress the world either. What the hell is going on here? Did I get reborn in the wrong way? Or maybe I'm not actually 1,000 years back in the past. That can't be it either. Other than the Yu, he asked around about the events. They matched exactly what happened 1,000 years ago. But something has changed with the Yu. Thinking of this possibility, the youth's expression shifted a little. He couldn't help but feel a bit more pressure. So right away, he decided to start planning. And just like that, 5 years went by in a blink for the Yu. In a shattered star domain, the Yu, who had spent 5 years in seclusion, slowly opened his eyes. Endless divine light radiated from his body. A silent destruction light also rose. There was a profound gleam around him. Countless divine wills shifted rapidly. A surge of demonic aura spilled from the Yu. On the surface of his skin, one after another appeared. Strange blood-red markings. At a single glance, the Yu looked just like a demon. His whole body radiated an intense, ghostly vibe. Anyone who saw him seemed likely to fall into darkness. Even the rules of this place were transformed by the Yu. Almost like this whole area became a demon domain. With a single thought, the demonic aura pulled back. Then a gloomy mist appeared around him. In just a moment, the Yu returned to normal. That demonic aura was like it was never there. No sign of it left at all. His true demon physique was fully formed. He only needed to fuse with immortal energy. And he'd have both immortal and demon bodies together. That would create an undying form. And now my cultivation has broken through along with the completion of my true demon physique. I have made a breakthrough, feeling the changes in himself. The Yu showed a faint smile. The thrill of reaching new heights really is addictive. That's right, the Yu's cultivation, boosted by the true demon physique, has already reached the quasi-emperor level.
He's completed the threefold heaven true demon physique.
If he unleashed it right now, his power would surge massively. He could even get a taste of immortality. As long as his true spirit stayed in any piece of flesh, he could instantly rebuild his body. And with a system, he's pretty much truly immortal now. Not even Earth-level experts could erase him completely. His current fighting power, even without using the 8 Desolations Purgatory realm, can go toe-to-toe with an Earth-level fighter. Besides that, the abilities of the true demon physique go way beyond that. Like the demonic avatar of Beidou Great Emperor, it can infect and change other beings. If the Yu activated his true demon physique, he could do the same. Countless lives could become his puppets. He could also mess with his enemies' minds. There are so many abilities. It's impossible to explain them all in a few words. Talking about the true demon physique, it's actually pretty close to that demonic avatar from Beidou. Really similar states. But the big difference is, the avatar just becomes a puppet of demonic energy, while the Yu can actually control demonic power. And the true demon physique is way stronger than those incomplete versions. With just a thought, the Yu checked on the young man through the spiritual brand he'd left. He sensed the youth's past 5 years. Endless info and images flashed quickly through the Yu's mind. Since my current state is different from what he knows. When the Yu saw the young man's chats with disciples, he noticed the youth was acting strange. His eyebrow shot up just a bit. If that's the case, the youth must have returned from the future. But why are things not matching up? Because of the system? In his original future, I never activated the system. The Yu thought it over, and sort of got the idea. Then he kept tracking the young man's progress over these 5 years. Know yourself and your enemy, then you'll always win. A great man once said, you should look down on your enemy strategically, but respect him tactically. The Yu agreed totally. He didn't think the chosen one was weak at all, so he wouldn't look down on him, or lose interest in his plans. Besides, it's fun to watch the drama, and see how others try to mess with you. Isn't that entertaining too? After watching the youth's moves at Jade Lake, a strange look flashed in the Yu's eyes. Not bad for a reborn one. He even knows this hidden detail. But it's a shame you still don't get how people think. The Yu grinned. He suddenly wanted to see the youth's stunned and desperate face. I think I know what story he's part of now. So I'll wait until the system gives me a mission. He shook his head. The Yu looked away, stopped watching. Just wait and see.
And now,
It's time to find out what's really going on in the upper realm. He stood up and stepped forward. The Yu's figure vanished on the spot. Meanwhile, at Jade Lake Holy Land, as the dominant force in the Jade Lake starfield, Jade Lake Holy Land is famous all across the universe. Through countless eons, many emperors either came from Jade Lake disciples or were deeply connected to the Holy Land. That's why Jade Lake stays so powerful. Unlike other sects, whose grounds sit on a single world, Jade Lake Holy Land was formed by merging many small stars. It's right at the starfield's center, like it's ruling over the whole area.
Inside Jade Lake Holy Land.
In the main shrine, a stunningly beautiful woman, her whole body wrapped in shrouded mist, was seated proudly on the Phoenix throne. Even with all the haze around her, you could still make out her graceful figure and breathtaking charm. Below the throne, many senior elders of Jade Lake stood side by side, and standing in the very center of the hall. Who could it be if not the reborn chosen one, Liu? Si Chu Ching greets you all. Greetings to the Jade Lake Lord. Greetings to all the elders. Si Yu Ching bowed to the crowd and spoke respectfully. No need for small talk. You say you can deal with Emperor Moon Knight? A clear yet commanding voice spoke from the Phoenix throne. A pair of bright eyes seemed to pierce through the haze, locking onto Chu Ching, making Yu Ching feel a wave of pressure. I've heard the Yu destroyed Jade Lake Holy Land, defied you, Jade Lake Lord. So I came to offer my help and lend a hand to Jade Lake Holy Land. Chu Ching replied carefully. Even though he knew why the Yu offended Jade Lake, it was because the Yu once dumped the Jade Lake Lord, which made her so furious. She's hated the Yu for hundreds of years. But of course, he wouldn't dare say that out loud. Can't say it. After all, even the future Lady of Yaoqi revealed this herself. If he talks now, it's impossible to explain. He might even annoy the Lady of Yaoqi. That'd just backfire big time. You're just a little nobody at Divine Treasury stage. And still dare talk so big? I have no idea where you heard that rumor. Our Yaoqi Holy Land has always been friendly with the Moonlit Land. But do you know? Plotting against the Emperor and trying to kill a human Emperor. What crime is that? Lady Yaoqi's phoenix eyes narrowed slightly. A trace of St. King's pressure filled the air. Even if it's just a trace, it's still unimaginably terrifying. The power makes even space ripple. There's even a hint of collapse. Masses of chaotic energy burst out. It's like a dragon and phoenix appearing together. You can hear divine beasts roaring. The entire hall seemed frozen in that moment. Just a trace of her power was enough to crush countless saints. It felt like facing down the entire heavens. She sent it right at Chu Ching. Just as the force hit Chu Ching, yin and yang energy burst forth from in front of him. They came together, forming a yin-yang taiji pattern. The dense elements of wind, water, and fire shielded Chu Ching. It even shook the Emperor weapon's shadow. No wonder he dares show up here. Seeing the yin-yang symbol, Lady Yaoqi raised an eyebrow slightly. She spoke with interest. If you don't have some skills, why would I dare come here? Please trust my sincerity, lady. I'm confident I can lure out the Yu. Even more, I'm sure I can kill him in one strike. Yu Qing kept his cool and smiled, cupping his fists, and spoke seriously. As for what you just said about being friendly, Yu Qing just totally ignored it. Friendly? What a joke. He remembered clearly. A few hundred years ago, after Yaoqi's lady found the Yu, she went after him with an imperial weapon trying to kill him. You call that friendly? That's more like never settling until one of you is dead. That's exactly why. The relationship between Yaoqi and the Yu finally came to light. Everyone learned the truth. So Chu Ching was totally sure. He could convince Lady Yaoqi. Lure out the Yu. Lady Yaoqi's eyes flickered, and she sat up a bit straighter. She seemed kind of interested, and said calmly, "Go on, let's hear it. The once-in-100 years Yaoqi feast is about to start." Lady, tell me, if word got out that a chunk of sacred divine stone would be cut at the feast, would the Yu be interested? His father smiled as he spoke. Sacred divine stones often contain the world's essence and fragments of law. Now that the Yu is a quasi-emperor, these stones are just what he needs. They could help him quickly reach the peak of the quasi-emperor stage. So it might draw him out. Lady Yaoqi said calmly. Sacred divine stones are also called Shenyuan. They're the highest quality treasures in all Shenyuan, just like the earth can seal them away. Of course, many magical herbs and rare treasures get sealed inside too. And after countless years, some survive until today, earning the sacred title. There's no need to even say how precious the sacred stones are. Every 100 years, Yaoqi hosts a massive feast, inviting heroes from all over the world. And to make it interesting, Yaoqi always cuts open a few Shenyuan. It spices things up after all. Yaoqi's the power, with the biggest stash of Shenyuan around. When it comes to Shenyuan, Yaoqi's got plenty. More than you can count. As long as the Yu shows up, I'll have a way to kill him. I know a heaven and earth killing formation. And if Yaoqi uses its hidden strength, the Yu will definitely be crushed, Si Chuqing said confidently. But even a quasi-emperor is hard to take down, especially when that quasi-emperor is the Yu. His talent and smarts are unmatched through history. Even in endless years, few compare. Very few can stand beside him. Killing him is just as hard as killing an emperor. How could that possibly work? Yeah. Oki's eyes, hidden under a dark cloud, showed a hint of amusement. She looked at Si Chuqing, cold as ice. She spoke slowly, but with her eyes hidden. Si Chuqing didn't notice her change in expression. Hearing that, he just smiled even more confidently. Please temporarily shut down the Yaoshi defense array. I have a backup plan. Si Chuqing lifted his head and spoke proudly. Oh, seems like Lady Yaoshi was interested. She waved a hand and turned off the formation. In the next instant, yin and yang swirled. Water and fire rose and fell. A graceful woman in a veil slowly stepped out of thin air. I knew it was you, the Qin Chen. Long time no see. Lady Yaoqi gave a cold laugh and spoke calmly. The water-fire taiji diagram belongs to the clan. Yaoqi, you already guessed it. Why act surprised? The Qingcheng said flatly. The clan princess, the Qingcheng. Just as Yaoqi is one of the universe's strongest powers, the clan is too. Over the ages, countless emperors rose from the clan. That's what made them an imperial clan. Just their emperor weapon alone is enough to make all emperors wary of them. Emperor, Lord, Princess, if you two join forces, and I set up my ultimate killing array against the Yu, we'll take him out easy. Please, the two of pace yourselves. Watching them talk. I gotta speak up for superiors. I quickly interrupted. So the clan wants to team up? Scared? Then let's join forces. I've hated the Yu for ages. Lady Yaoqi said fiercely. The Qingsheng just nodded slightly. The two women shared a look. Their eyes had that hard-to-explain feeling. The Yu, this time you have nowhere to go. No escape at day or night. Serves you right for messing according to these two queens. Don't you know you should never mess with women? Yaoqi and the clan together. How will you ever survive, the Yu? Si Chuqing looked down, not noticing the women's exchange of glances. But there was a trace of sly satisfaction in his eyes. He could already see in his mind the tragic end the Yu would face at the Yaoqi feast. Even if he didn't want to admit it, he was still jealous. How did the Yu get so lucky that both the lady of Yaoqi and the clan princess once had feelings for him? What made it worse was that the Yu still refused them. That just made him mad. If he were in the Yu's shoes,
He'd have dropped to his knees in front of these two a long time ago.
the Yu, you are seriously doomed. In front of the Forbidden's area of gods and demons, as soon as a figure appeared, he seemed to sense something. The Yu looked toward Yaoqi. Lord Ding is already getting famous in the fantasy world. With your reputation, at the Yaoqi feast you'll be attending, you'll be targeted by the Chosen One. Please, Master, find a way to deal with the Chosen One's challenge. Complete the task to earn a big reward. The better you accomplish the mission, the greater the reward increases. At that moment, the system's notification sounded next to Yu Yu's ear. So it's really the Yaoqi feast. Well, what's meant to come will still come. I've avoided this for hundreds of years. Guess it's time to face it. I can't keep dragging this out. Yu Yu understood instantly. He let out a long sigh. Just thinking about what might happen at the feast already gave him a headache. By comparison, even other chosen ones have been ignored by Yu Yu. He shook his head, set his thoughts aside for now, and refocused himself. Then he stepped forward. walking into the forbidden land of gods and demons. Better handle what's in front of me first, then worry about the Yaoqi feast later. The forbidden land was lush and green, like a fairy tale forest. Ripples began to appear in the air, and Yu Yu appeared out of nowhere. His eyes fell on the emperor. It's been years since they last met, but the emperor was just as he was before. He sat quietly on a wooden stump. "You're here, sit." Seeing Yu Yu's look, the emperor said coldly, "Senior, can you tell me about the changes in the upper realm now?" Yu Yu asked respectfully after sitting down. Roughly more than 10 million years ago, a drop of demonic blood appeared in the upper realm. That drop of blood infected the entire upper realm. Even the god emperors weren't spared. The whole upper realm became a demon domain. Just a few years ago, you ran into the Beidou emperor, who was corrupted by the void rifts, his divine sense only. That's why I warned you to be careful when heading to the upper realm. That's the real reason. Unless you can solve all of this. Otherwise, I don't advise you to go to the upper realm. Right now, the upper realm is chaotic, full of killing and destruction. The emperor didn't beat around the bush. He just gave the answer straight away. A single drop of demon blood corrupted the whole upper realm. Yu Yu's pupils contracted. He was totally shocked, even though he guessed it was bad. The truth was even worse than expected. Just a single drop of blood turned the upper realm into a demon domain. What does that even mean? What kind of blood is terrifying like that? No wonder the heavenly gate hasn't appeared for over 10 million years. Plus, this drop corrupts the entire upper realm. Why does this feel strangely familiar? Yu Yu suddenly had a weird expression. What's wrong? Seeing Yu Yu's reaction, the emperor asked curiously, "I know exactly what story I should tell you, senior. But first, could you adjust the time flow here for me? I've got some business to handle later." After thinking about it, since explaining it was troublesome, Yu Yu decided he might as well tell the two stories. Besides, this was a question he'd wondered about for a long time. Perfect timing to probe a bit. The emperor nodded. He waved his hand and changed the time flow. "After that," he said expectantly, "what story are you about to tell?" This story actually has two parts. One is waiting for immortality in the mortal world, and the other is about someone ruling eternity alone. Yu Yu paused, choosing the right words, then slowly shared the two novels he'd read before reincarnating. He explained them bit by bit. Both novels together are close to 10 million words long. Even if Yu Yu didn't stop, it still took several days to finish telling both. They really are kind of similar. Except the heavenly blood in the story is nowhere near as terrifying as this demon blood. That blood only corrupted one emperor, while this demon blood affected the whole upper realm. After hearing Yu Yu's stories, the emperor fell into thought, guessing what Yu Yu implied. The emperor looked at him with clear eyes and said coolly, "No need for gossip. I never waited for someone to come help you. I just thought it was interesting. Not that you're my brother or anything." Yu Yu wasn't surprised he'd figured it out. The emperor might be pure, but he's not stupid. He nearly just told him his whole identity. If the emperor couldn't tell, that'd be weird. Still, hearing him use the word gossip was a bit funny, but pretty fresh too. "So, when you stayed in the lower realm?" Yu Yu asked curiously. The upper realm was already a demon domain. "So why stay here? It's way too chaotic up there, and honestly disgusting. I don't care for it. I'd rather be peaceful down here," the emperor replied bluntly. He paused a bit, then continued actually. "I'm kind of waiting for something too, but not for a person. I'm waiting for the right moment. I want to see if I can restore the upper realm. If not, since the upper realm connects to the 3,000 domains. If this keeps up, not just here, but all the realms, even all the universes could turn into demon domains. There would be endless suffering. If possible, I'd like to resolve this threat." Calling it a universe is just Yu Yu's word from his past life. In this fantasy world, each universe would be a domain, ruled by the upper realm. There's nothing more to say about that.
Hearing this,
Yu Yu became serious
and asked, "Senior,
Do you know where that demon blood came from?" "I know a bit, but I won't tell you. You just need to know. The upper realm isn't the highest world. And even god emperors aren't the end of the path." "That's enough." The emperor hesitated, then shook his head, and added, "It's not that I won't tell you, But some things aren't good to know too much about. It might affect your cultivation. It's simply not the highest world. So that means above the upper realm, there's an even higher world? Like the immortal realm or something above the heavens? Yu wondered.
He's not dumb.
Even if the emperor wouldn't say, he can still figure it out, just putting things together. But since the emperor's keeping silent, he must have his reasons. So Yu didn't push it anymore. A single drop of blood affected the whole upper realm. Man, how terrifying. Must a higher world be? Yu was secretly shocked, finding it unbelievable. Thank you, Senior, for clearing things up for me. After sorting his thoughts out, Yu didn't dwell on it, stood up and bowed to the emperor. Thankful, he said, no need. You told me stories, so I solved your doubts. It's only fair. That's why I told you to build your own power. If you want to solve the upper realm crisis, or rise up smoothly, this is essential. The emperor shook his head, not caring much. He said calmly, all right, no need to say more. You decide for yourself. Let me teach you a divine power first. As payment for your stories, a divine power? Yuyu's eyes lit up. It had to be extraordinary coming from this person. This one's called Great Tao Treasure Vase. The emperor smiled proudly and announced, use the Tao Treasure Vase, and you can turn all things into chaos, returning everything to nothingness. You can refine the 3,000 laws and make them your own. Not only that, when fighting enemies, using Sopower gives you an endless Tao stream to protect yourself, or you can devour your enemies, their spells, even turning matter or energy into pure essence to strengthen yourself, no matter if you use it to train or defend. This power is top of the top. All that for just telling 2 stories. What a bargain! Absolutely worth it. Hearing this, Yu played along, showing a shocked expression, gazing at the emperor in awe. Seeing Yuyu's face, the emperor looked even more pleased. But there are more parts to your story, right? It doesn't end with just 2. The emperor sipped his tea, trying to hide his own embarrassment, and said, trying to act reserved, let me keep telling you the story, Senior. Yu seconds to understand. He spoke up right away. The emperor nodded in satisfaction, motioned for him to sit. I'll pass down a technique to you. Time flows much slower here than outside. Stay here and fully master the Grand Tao bottle. If you make a mistake, I can correct you. It won't delay you. Thank you, Senior. Yu quickly sat down. The emperor didn't say another word. He reached out toward Yuyu's brow. A mysterious aura slipped from Tab's slender finger. In an instant, threads of Tao gathered at Yuyu's brow. Moments later, within Yuyu's sea of consciousness, a rune shaped like a bottle condensed. Sensing how profound the rune was, Yu calmed his mind. He began to comprehend it deeply. Time flew by, gone in a flash. Who knows how long he meditated. Yu finally mastered the Grand Tao bottle. With a thought, a black bottle woven from 3,000 Grand Tao rules appeared above Yuyu's head, radiating immortality. DV flowed from the bottle. It seemed to freeze all realms within 3,000 universes, suppressing all primal chaos with incredible might. Its power to devour felt even more intense. Even the void twisted from its pull. It was like endless matter kept getting devoured by the bottle, refined and then fed back to Yu himself. This is the Grand Tao bottle. As the Emperor's secret art, its might speaks for itself. It's not just a secret technique, but also a supreme treasure. As for its power, it may not reach the level of an ultimate Emperor weapon, but it's still absolutely terrifying. Plus, Yu could sense. This is only because the Grand Tao bottle had just formed. With enough time and refinement, it could become an ultimate Emperor weapon, maybe even surpass one. Clinging to the Emperor's leg was the right move. Even a random secret art is this terrifying. Yu withdrew the Grand Tao bottle, amazed and speechless.
He thought secretly to himself.
Now that the Grand Tao bottle is mastered, you may leave now. I will continue to wander the universe and see if there are any new stories to hear, the Emperor said softly. Why does he feel like the Emperor is hinting at something? Yes, Senior. I'll come back when I get the chance and learn more from you, Senior. We're both respectable people. Since the Emperor hinted, Yu might as well give a hint back. Ask about what? Of course, about telling stories. Maybe it was his imagination. But Yu felt like the emperor's voice was much cheerier. No, not his imagination. He really sounded upbeat. So it really was a hint. Why does it feel like Senior Emperor is kind of cute? Yu touched his nose. After bowing to the emperor, he turned and left. The grand feast at Jade Pool. As the once-in-a-century event hosted by Jade Pool Holy Land. As soon as the feast began, the scene became lively and noisy. Not just humans came. All kinds of geniuses from every race gathered here. Even the older generation were invited. You could say, it's truly one of the biggest events in the universe. Looking around, it was bathed in dazzling clouds. Auspicious energy rolling in, like an immortal realm. The main square was covered in celestial mist. Crowds as far as the eye could see. Young geniuses of every race sat on the outside ring. While each clan's powerhouses were closer in, everyone waited for the feast to start, even though every force knew the Jade Pool Grand Feast was just to show off Jade Pool Holy Land's might. The sacred divine fruit and treasures were real. There were lots of activities, and so many participants, so no one would ever refuse to come. Basically, everyone invited throughout the universe would show up, even saints. And stronger were everywhere today. Saints were everywhere, and great saints weren't even rare. Grand and solemn, majestic yet lively. The news was out. Yu, no way, you wouldn't want the same primordial stone. The moment you arrive will be your time to die. On his seat, Xu Qing's eyes sparked with excitement, watching eagerly. Once Qi falls, he'll carry the banner for humanity and become the biggest winner. With my foresight about the future, I'll get those opportunities, bit by bit claiming this land. Who knows? Maybe the Jade Pool Lord or Night Clan Princess will fall for me too. It's not impossible. Thinking about it, Xu Qing had to chuckle, already drifting off into wild dreams. Right then, a mystical and ancient bell melody, too profound to put into words, rang out. It swept across the entire Jade Pool Star region. At that moment, the legendary Emperor weapon of Jade Pool Holy Land, Emperor Yu, let out its bell, marking the official start of the Jade Pool Grand Feast. The immortal Night Princess, the Qingsheng, heir to the immortal Emperor, the Lord of Radiant Holy Land, Radiant Lord and Lord of Heavenly Inquiry Holy Land. Heavenly Inquiry Lord arrived. Emperor of Destiny Divine Dynasty Ji Renwang. Demon Emperor of Heaven Demon Nation. Patriarch Wang Xin of the ancient desolate divine clan arrived, announcing their arrival in booming voices. Their voices echoed across the stars. At the main seats inside the feast, each figure radiated overwhelming might, mysterious and profound. Looking around, illustrious figures appeared one after another, surrounded by Tao light, each with an ultimate emperor weapon projection behind them, faint but real. Some suppressing all realms with their power, some displaying the flow of 5 elements, some splitting open new worlds, some ready to destroy the universe. Just the projections of those ultimate weapons emitted power almost impossible to withstand. Night Clan, Imperial Clan, Radiant Holy Land, Heavenly Inquiry Holy Land, Jade Pool Holy Land, Destiny Divine Dynasty, Heaven Demon Nation, Ancient Desolate Divine Clan. These are the 8 strongest forces in this universe. And the reason these forces can dominate the universe's peak is because each and every one has an ultimate emperor weapon as their foundation. Of course, in this universe, there are more than just these 8. These are just the public powerhouses of the universe. But out in the vastness, hidden races and secret forces also exist. Nowadays, some of them are big powers too, though they face lots of opposition. But no matter what, the 8 giants are still at the peak, ruling the universe. As the leaders of each great power took their main seats, the Grand Tao appeared as golden lotuses, rules of Tao transforming into petals. The clouds shone bright, and divine lights blazed endlessly. Many divine wills gathered here. The Jade Pool Lord appeared out of nowhere, taking a seat with the other giants. Welcome, Lord of Jade Pool. Welcome, Lady of Yaoqi. All guests, please rise. Everyone respectfully bowed to the leaders of each major faction seated in the main seats, paying their respects. Please, no need for such formality. Please have a seat, the Lady of Yaoqi spoke calmly. She spoke slowly. I'm sure you've all heard by now. At the end of today's feast, our Yaoqi sanctuary will reveal a piece of sacred origin stone. 10 quasi-emperors will suppress the forbidden emperor here. Before that, all other procedures will proceed as usual. This time, there are more god origins to ease the competition. The amount of god origins has doubled. I hope everyone can keep things peaceful. If more than one person wants the same god origin, then compete fairly. If things get ugly, then you're disrespecting our Yaoqi sanctuary. Her voice was dignified, authoritative, and graceful. In the banquet hall, the lady of Yaoqi's voice echoed non-stop. Eyes sparkled among the guests at the mention of god origins. Even the leaders from all forces showed great interest. No one expects the sacred origin stone itself. The Yaoqi sanctuary is just going to open it for show. It's just for fun. But the god origins are definitely for sale. Those you can buy. It's like opening a mystery box. Except this one is full of treasures. Everyone is naturally interested. Actually, one reason so many cultivators are drawn to the Yaoqi feast is exactly this. After all, god origins are usually rare on the market, especially the high-quality ones, which only Yaoqi Sanctuary has. Of course, it's always mutually beneficial. Yaoqi Sanctuary never loses out either. Selling god origins here is a great profit opportunity. It's a win-win situation. The feast is officially beginning. Please eat and drink well. If any young prodigy wants to fight, please step up and show everyone your skills, the lady of Yaoqi announced. As soon as she finished, Yaoqi maidens served spirit fruits and divine tea, offering them to every guest. Before their seats, elders from the Yaoqi sanctuary waved their hands,
taking out large quantities of god origins.
exciting all the guests. They released their spiritual senses, examining things closely, and began bidding. Will you come? Looking up at the now lively main table, a trace of anticipation showed in the lady of Yaoqi's eyes, as she whispered to herself. Meanwhile, over in the Night Clan seats, the Qingchen kept glancing around the banquet square, as if searching for traces of Yu. You better show up, or I'll have to use other ways to lure you out. You're too much of a threat. If I don't deal with you soon, I can't rest easy. Among the prodigy seats, Si Chuqing clenched his fists, feeling nervous, yet expectant. He couldn't even eat the spirit fruits anymore. Something feels off about Yaoqi Sanctuary this time. And this Night Clan princess feels off too. Normal folks wouldn't notice, but the leaders of other top factions have definitely sensed it. They couldn't help but glance suspiciously at the lady of Yaoqi and the Qingchen, their brows furrowed slightly, wondering what those two are plotting. The whole banquet looks lively, but there's already tension beneath the surface. Right now, with everyone fixated on Yu. He's already arrived in the banquet square, just unnoticed by all, using divine power to mask his presence. Yu sat casually in the prodigy's seats, eating spirit fruits and rare delicacies, his face full of nostalgia. Thinking back on it, it's been centuries since he last really enjoyed a meal. The last time he came to the Yaoqi feast, he was so young and inexperienced. Cultivation is all about balance. Push and relax. If you stay too tense for too long, it's harmful. Seems like I need to take breaks and relax more often. Sensing his mindset improve. Even his aura felt elevated. Yu thought that to himself. Right then, he felt something. Yu raised an eyebrow, looking in a direction. Why does he sense a strange presence? Looking over, Yu was stunned. Not far away at another table, a blurry, graceful figure was stuffing her face with food. And who else could it be but the Empress? Seriously? I'm hiding here. And the Empress is here too. You're the mighty Empress, yet you're sneaking into the Yaoqi feast. Wait, judging by this, you're actually just here to mooch some food and drinks. This can't be her first time doing this. Yu couldn't help but twitch his lips. Just then, the Empress seemed to notice Yu's gaze. Her brows furrowed, a bit confused. How could anyone sense her presence? Out of instinct, she looked up, and then saw Yu. The Empress was momentarily surprised, then casually looked away, pretending not to know Yu, and went back to her food. Enjoying herself, time ticked by. And unknowingly, the banquet was coming to an end. With all the god origins auctioned off, an elder from Yaoqi, brought out a giant white stone, nearly 3 meters tall. The moment the stone appeared, spiritual energy from all over gathered wildly around it, and the sounds of Tao echoed from the stone. Immortal force started forming from the stone. One Tao sigil after another appeared, drifting around the stone, with mysterious visions swirling around. In just a few seconds, the whole sky above Yaoqi's sanctuary was covered by endless green clouds. Sharp spirit and primordial energy surged high. The entire Yu sanctuary, at this moment, was like a sea of miracles. The spiritual energy pouring from the stone energized everyone who breathed it in, like their cultivation was advancing. It even inspired new insights. The entire banquet hall fell into complete silence with the stone's appearance. This is the sacred origin stone. Legend says it was born in the cosmos, even before the universe was fully formed. Wrapped in the laws of Tao, each sacred origin stone holds innate essence and countless divine treasures. For those with weak cultivation, the sacred origin stone might be useless. But for every quasi-emperor, even great emperors, it's invaluable. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds time was ticking by. Everyone holding their breath, eagerly waiting. All the cultivators wondering what divine treasure would appear were left stunned. A look of confusion appeared in everyone's eyes. The Lady of Yaoqi, why hasn't she opened the sacred origin stone yet? Damn, is even the sacred origin stone not enough to draw Yu out? Si Xiuqing's face at the table twisted, his eyes now full of unwillingness. This is the best chance, and the least likely for Yu to sense anything strange. If we fail now, it's going to be even harder next time. Lady of Yaoqi's gaze was deep as she looked at Yu. She sighed quietly. Liu Mengshu, why aren't you opening the sacred origin stone yet? Demon Queen Ao Qing from the Heavenly Demon Kingdom couldn't help but send a message. As for Liu Mengshu, she is, of course, the Lady of Yaoqi. Every new lord takes their Holy Land's title, like Yaoqi's Lady Liu Mengshu, her real name. No need to elaborate on that. Just as Liu Mengshu was about to speak, the Qingqing suddenly stood up, slamming the table heavily. She called out, Yu, you can't tell me you're not paying attention. Are you coming out or not? It was all a misunderstanding before. Is all this really necessary, Your Highness?
A sigh rang out.
And the hidden Yu revealed himself. The rules faded away. In an instant, in everyone's eyes, the unremarkable figure before was now showing Yu's true form. He revealed himself, dressed in pure white, outshining the snow. An aura of sharpness surrounds him, graceful like a celestial blossom. Petals float around night rain, rising and falling. His brows look sharp, overflowing with presence. His starry eyes seem to hold a whole universe. He stands tall and proud. Rising up, he stands firm, like a pillar holding up the sky. With every move he makes, you sense an unmatched power in him. At first glance, he looks just like a noble young lord. But look again, and he feels like a king or a warrior. No one can look at someone this extraordinary without feeling inferior. You can't help but tremble and pay respect. Even if he's not releasing any pressure or aura, he's still unfathomable, like an ocean. Even your spirit feels shaky inside. Unstable, restless energy everywhere. Turns out Night Rain was right there at the celestial banquet. Everyone was shocked. It all happened so fast. Everyone's minds just went blank. It was a while before anyone snapped out of it. We welcome Night Rain, the great emperor. The next second, everyone came to their senses. From the top leaders of every faction to every clan and cultivator, everyone stood up and bowed deeply, with great ceremony. All together they shouted, welcoming Night Rain, the great emperor. Human or not, beast clan or otherwise, or ancient races, spirit races, all the powerful beings, even great saints and kings. If you see Night Rain, you must pay your respects, with extra respect too. No need to be so formal. Night Rain replied gently, thank you, great Emperor Night Rain. Everyone got up carefully. They looked toward the Qingqing. The veil on the Qingqing's face couldn't hide her from Night Rain's eyes. Under her veil was the face of a doll, delicate and flawless, like fine porcelain, radiant and smooth. Her face seemed flawless, not a pore in sight. She was adorable, too. Her sweet little face made it impossible to hate her or want to hurt her. But right now, those chubby cheeks, were puffed up with anger. Her big round eyes were wide open, staring straight at Night Rain. Thinking about it, he and the Qing Cheng really just had a big misunderstanding. A few hundred years ago, during Night Rain's training in a secret realm, he found the Qing Cheng. She was injured by a monster beast then. Night Rain saved her. It was an easy thing for him. But there was another reason. He knew the Qing Cheng was a former princess of the Night Clan. Sealed in the Divine Garden, she returned in this life to guide her clan. Of course Night Rain would help her. So back and forth, Night Rain got to know the Qing Cheng. One time, just being curious, he wondered what the Qing Cheng really looked like. So when she wasn't paying attention, he took off her veil, and that's when things went wild. Or honestly, got messy. Who knew about the Night Clan's rules? Anyone who took off the princess veil had to marry her. Night Rain even suspected the Qing Cheng set him up, but he had no proof. Take off the veil, marry the girl. Even if it's some random guy? Would the Night Clan really agree? No way. After that, the Qing Cheng started chasing him everywhere. But Night Rain's pride or backbone, if there was no other way, he'd just agree and be her man. He'd say yes right away. But he's too talented for that. Marry the Qing Cheng. He'd end up as a live-in son-in-law. Everyone would laugh at him. A little bit of manly pride kicked in. He wanted to succeed on his own. So Night Rain just left and kept away. The Qing Cheng dropped her usual dignity, put her hands on her hips, huffing, about to say something. But before she could finish, C.A.U. Qing interrupted. C.E.Chu Qing didn't want to butt in, but watching them, something just felt off. Why the hell are you two just chatting here? That's women for you. Always messing things up. Don't you get that life's on the line? We need to hurry. Night Rain, your time's up. Tenfold Heaven. The deadly formation. C.Chu Qing started making moves, chanting and forming hand signs. In a split second, countless cosmic laws and realms took shape out of nowhere, spreading fast in every direction. The energies of slaughter, destruction, and chaos began to swirl. The whole banquet was instantly locked down. Those bold enough to attack Night Rain. Even the big shots froze. Wait, whose guy is this? He's seriously fearless. Just a weakling in the Divine Core realm. Yet he dares threaten Night Rain, the great emperor? Yeah, this celestial banquet is full of trouble. In an instant, all the big players reacted. Goosebumps rose on their skin. They felt a chill run down their spines. No time to think. 7 big bosses all shouted. How dare you? You dare challenge the emperor? You must have a death wish. Hearing the leader's fury, C.Chu Qing sneered. He didn't wait for them to recover. Started rapidly forming hand signs, shouting, "Today I'll show you tenfold heaven and the power of the deadly formation. Just sit back and watch. Anyone who moves dies. Why haven't you all started suppressing him yet?" Here's where Night Rain's killed. Chains of cosmic rule burst out everywhere. A majestic will shook the air. Monstrous power quickly took shape. It was like a gigantic yin-yang mill was turning. Once the formation started, new deadly force emerged right away. How dare you? This is the celestial pool. There's no way a punk like you runs wild here. You dare plot against the emperor? You're dead meat. Right then, the celestial pool's master Liu Mengshu stood up, speaking coldly. Not just C.Chu Qing was stunned, and even A.O. Qing and his people froze. The celestial pool saint and this guy aren't allies? He didn't even team up with the celestial pool, and still started drama here? Master C.Chu Qing stared over, shocked and angry, but also confused. Before C.A.U. Qing could finish, Mengshu already cut him off. Bring out the imperial weapon and fast. In the depths of the celestial pool, endless divine light burst out. A vague, towering figure appeared in the glow. In the next instant, radiant light exploded. It seemed to hold mystical power over time and space. There was a hidden force guiding fate itself. The void shifted in that moment. A giant mirror appeared, with just a flash of light on the mirror. C.Chu Qing's tenfold heaven deadly formation was instantly shattered. A blue glow wrapped C.Chu Qing up, pinning him in place. That is the imperial weapon Kunlun mirror. Representatives from every power. Every cultivator looked confused. Their eyes turned to C.Chu Qing as if he was a complete fool. What an idiot. just popped up out of nowhere. Instantly got suppressed. Made them all super tense. Thought we were about to witness something huge. But turns out that's it. That's all they've got. Where did they get the guts? Daring to try and outsmart the emperor. Even tried to take down the emperor. Everyone was dumbfounded. Xu Qing was even more shocked. Can't talk or move right now. But Xu Qing's face is super red. His eyes are practically blazing. Damn, got played. This thought flashed through Xu Qing's mind. At this point, if Xu Qing still doesn't get it, if he still hasn't figured it out, what's going on? Then something's really off. He totally got played. Xu Qing is about to lose it. Just can't wrap his head around it. Miracle. No idea what Youqi leader Lu Mengshu is doing. We were supposed to team up. She suddenly turned on me. If I hadn't seen it last lifetime. Liu Mengshu chasing the Yu. Xu Qing would have thought. The Yu and Liu Mengshu teamed up to plot against him. It's fine, it's fine. There's still hope. I still have a chance. As long as the clan princess doesn't turn. There's still a shot. Thinking this, Xu Qing's eyes shift. Looking at the Qingcheng. Waiting desperately for the Qingcheng to act. Liu Mengshu is really something. Sure enough, she put on a show for this aunt. To lure out Yuzhe. The Qingcheng, who Xu Qing was waiting on, was gritting her teeth in anger. She wanted to tell the Yu that Liu Mengshu wants to kill him, but had to swallow her words. Already regretting it inside. Should have brought up the Yu directly. Should have waited until after the banquet. And talked to the Yu privately.
Good thing I was prepared.
Thinking again, the Qingcheng quietly snorted. To all clans with no occupation. Taking advantage of this Yaoqi banquet. I have an important announcement. As that thought passed, the Qingcheng's voice softened. But still sounded dignified. With divine power, her voice echoed through Youqi. What is she planning to do at the banquet? Liu Mengshu raised her brows. And looked at the Qingcheng. The clan has something to announce. The crowd is still stuck on Xu Qing suddenly popping up, trying to kill Yue Emperor. But those who recovered looked at the Qingcheng in confusion. I met Yue Emperor the Yu centuries ago. We fell in love at first sight. Yue Emperor didn't want to rely on the ancestor. So he promised me. Once he becomes a quasi-emperor, he'll propose. We couldn't inform our clan ancestors. But we got approval. Today you all will witness this. Our Night Clan offers the extreme Tao Earth, Ice, Water, and Fire Taiji diagram as a dowry, waiting for Yue Emperor to visit. Yuzhe, our clans have awakened, waiting for you to come. When will Night Clan come by? At the end, the Qingcheng was all smiles. Her big eyes shaped like crescents, staring at the Yu. And just then, the Yaoqi banquet went silent. All the guests were stunned. Liu Mengshu froze. And Xu Qing, who was eagerly waiting, totally lost it. Using Imperial clan as a betrothal gift, and Imperial weapons as a dowry, just to marry the Yu. Forget outsiders. Even the Yu who knows the Qingcheng's playful ways was thrown off, totally dumbfounded. When did I promise my life to you? When did I agree to let you propose? How would I not know? Just then, the Qingcheng's pitiful voice drifted to the Yu. Yuzhe, please, please, don't reject it, or the clan's reputation will be ruined. The Yu felt a toothache. This girl is cornering him. Yuzhe, the elders in my clan, have always disliked my crush on you. Plus, it looks like Heavenly Gate won't open this era. This is the elders' last chance for me. If you refuse, I'll have to return to the god origin and seal myself, and wait for the next era to reappear. Can you please not refuse? I know I'm stubborn, but I don't want to miss this. I also don't want to give up. I get your concerns, but you're already quasi-emperor now. Why worry anymore? Unless you say you don't like me at all. Then I'll give up, and stop asking why I like you. Love doesn't have a reason. When you like someone, you just do. It's as simple as that. The Yu, listen up. The Qingcheng like you. It's not about your status. Just because you're you, that's all. Without waiting for the Yu's reply, the Qingcheng went on. The Qingcheng, as the emperor's daughter, you're the first person I've liked, and you'll be the last. If you don't like me, then you're dead. The Qingcheng's eyes are firm. Her clear eyes seem full of the Yu's image. Just like that, staring. By the end of the Yu's words, The Qing Cheng was almost gritting her teeth, and behind that gritted teeth was deep anxiety and unease. Like she's really scared that you will say no. This girl, the Yu smiled bitterly. He closed his eyes, recalling his moments with the Qing Cheng. So many memories flashed by. Does the Yu like the Qing Cheng? Of course. The Qing Cheng is already so lively. Also clingy, loves to act cute, and she's very mature. Though she's an imperial princess, she's not arrogant at all. Actually super down to earth. How could the Yu not like her? It's time to give her an answer. He opened his eyes again, looking at the nervous the Qing Cheng. The Yu smiled. Chen Shang said he'd wait 10 days. And Qing Lantern Night's enough to come propose. The Qing Cheng's eyes sparkled. An incredible surprise filled her heart. Countless thoughts flashed through her mind. All summed up as Yue agreed. All the guests' eyes brightened. Super satisfied deep down. Worth the trip. Really worth it. Witnessing Yue Emperor and Night Clan Princess. Promised to be together forever. Liu Mingshu totally lost it. She gazed at the Qing Cheng. Liu Mingshu was about to grind her teeth to dust. Chi Qing was destroyed. Nearly passed out. Only one thought left in his mind. Wellspring. Damn, I'm the clown now. Yue Emperor visiting Yaoqi Holy Land. Sorry for not welcoming you from afar. Hope Yue Emperor doesn't blame me. Just then, an old voice echoed from the void. Next second, an old woman with wrinkles appeared beside Liu Mengshu. Her face was old, but her elegance remained. Looking at her, you can imagine. She was beautiful when young. Teacher Liu Mengshu greeted. Greetings, Heavenly Pool Emperor. All cultivators got up immediately, bowed deeply to the old woman. Respectfully greeted Heavenly Pool Emperor. She's the former leader of Yaoqi Holy Land. Liu Mingshu's master. Her cultivation reached quasi-emperor realm centuries ago. Now her power is terrifying, impossible to measure. Just like the Yu is called emperor, so are other quasi-emperors. Before Tangxin arrives, before a true emperor appears, any quasi-emperor could become a real emperor. Out of respect, every quasi-emperor gets called emperor. No need to explain this. Of course, it's only before a real emperor is born. If someone becomes the emperor in this era, then only that person is called emperor. Only one can bear that title. You're being polite. It's me, the intruding. If blame is needed, it's the elder blaming me. The Yu replied with a smile. The new always replaces the old. Feeling the subtle chance on him, and the vague sense of threat, Great Emperor Tianqi couldn't help but sigh. Compared to that battle, a decade ago, the Yu's power has grown so much. Even though he's quasi-ninth heaven, Great Emperor Tianqi was sure that the Yu could easily suppress him. Even with an imperial weapon, it'd be the same. This girl, oh well. Your master still has to step in. With this temper, how can she win against the Qing Cheng? Glancing at Liu Mingshu, Great Emperor Tianqi felt helpless. Regarding his disciples' thoughts, Great Emperor Tianqi knew them well, and was happy to agree. The Yu's potential is undeniable. Yet, on home ground, this Night Clan girl still got ahead. What more could he say? He was helpless. He had to step in himself. Great Emperor Moonlit Night, you're close with my disciple. Is calling me senior fitting? Great Emperor Tianqi said kindly. The Yu's eyes twitched. Already guessing vaguely, he bit the bullet, called her auntie. Good. Great Emperor Tianqi praised him repeatedly. His smile grew wider. My disciple's a bit shy. Mengshu doesn't dare say some things, so allow me to say them. Moonlit Night, I'll take the liberty of calling you the Yu. The Yu Mengshu has fallen deeply for you. For centuries now, Mengshu has thought of you constantly. Even her cultivation has been distracted. All she's done is gather news about you. Every time you fought, Mengshu was extremely anxious.
Even I.
Mengshu has pleaded many times for me to step in and lend you a hand. When you fought the ancient clan's prodigy, the ancient clan's quasi-emperor didn't appear, because I was secretly protecting you. You can ask the ancient clan's quasi-emperor. I don't know what you're thinking, but with matters of the heart, no matter what, you only get a result by asking. So today I'll shamelessly ask. The Yu, will you marry the Jade Pool Holy Land Lord? If you agree, the Jade Pool Holy Land will be yours. all Jade Pool Holy Land's resources, including imperial weapons, you may use, and its treasures. If you refuse, consider my words unsaid. You don't need to feel pressured, or that refusing publicly will embarrass Mingxu. If you refuse, I will erase everyone's memory of this. Looking at the Yu, Great Emperor Tianqi's face was serious. He spoke solemnly. At his words, the hall was stunned. Everyone was dumbfounded, their faces blank, already questioning reality. Their minds buzzed. The Jade Pool Lord also loves Emperor Moonlit Night. Wow, they all thought, wow. Emperor Moonlit Night's not just a cultivation genius. He's also invincible at charming women. Of the few goddesses in ancient Shandao domain, two want to marry Emperor Moonlit Night. Look at Liu Mengxu's face. She nervously clutched her sleeves, her eyes fixed on Emperor Moonlit Night. It's clear Liu Mengxu is deeply in love. Si Chu Qing's eyes were red. His scalp tingled. Huge anger and humiliation surged within him. Si Qing groaned, enraged, blood already at his mouth's corner. If Chu Qing still didn't get what happened, he'd be an idiot. It turns out from start to finish, the one wanting to kill the Yu was only him. The Jade Pool Lord and Night Clan Empress cooperated, just to lure out the Yu and express their love. F asterisk 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 me, seriously, F asterisk 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 me. Si Chu Qing was enraged, so mad his nose was twisted. So these two women cooperated with me. For another reason, they wanted to gift me to the Yu. So Liu Mingxu's later appearance was just unrequited love, not an act. She just wanted the Yu to know his power, dogs. Men and women, these dogs. Men and women are all dogs. Men and women are all beasts. All beasts. Task completed. Master at the Jade Pool Feast. Completely overshadowed the Son of Destiny.
Task reward increasing.
Master. Made the Son of Destiny a clown at the Jade Pool Feast.
Task reward.
Greatly increasing. System prompts rang in the Yu's mind. So that time he suppressed the ancient clan's prodigy, and the quasi-emperor didn't appear, was because of Mingxu. The Yu realized, then gave a bitter smile. A debt of love is hard to repay. Speaking of which, he met Liu Mingxu, because after the Jade Pool Feast, he stayed at Jade Pool Holy Land to study. As for why Liu Mingxu liked him, the Yu truly didn't know. Liu Mingxu wasn't like the Qingcheng, proactive in her confessions.
Instead, it was a secret crush.
If the Yu hadn't noticed it himself, he likely wouldn't know Liu Mingxu liked him. Luckily, in this fantasy world, there's no one-wife-only rule. The Yu secretly sighed. How to choose? Why even decide? The Yu wasn't indecisive, or coy and conflicted. I've agreed to propose to the Night Clan, the Yu said deeply. I have no objections. I just wonder if Sister Liu Mingxu minds, the Qingcheng said softly. She looked at Liu Mingxu as she spoke. I don't mind. Liu Mingxu's body trembled, and she stammered, head down. None of them mind. Then what more is there to say? Auntie, please grant me some time. Once I'm ready, I'll visit each family to propose. The Yu wasted no more words, cupped his fists and said directly, Good. I won't say more than this Jade Pool banquet. I hope you all eat and drink well. Great Emperor Tianqi, beaming, flashed away after speaking to the guests. Congrats, Great Emperor Moonlit Night. Congrats, Lord of Jade Pool. Congrats, Night Clan Empress. All guests were excited and offered congratulations, attended the banquet, and got so much shocking gossip. Such good fortune exists. Isn't this trip worthwhile? Brother Yu, I'll wait at the clan. After the Qingcheng messaged the Yu, she quickly left with the clan disciples. Liu Mingxu, also shy, handed the banquet duties to the Jade Pool Holy Land elders and left immediately. Great Emperor, how should this man be handled? A Jade Pool Holy Land elder bowed to the Yu, then looked at Si Chu Qing. Leave him to me. The Yu looked around the banquet. He noticed the emperor had already left without a trace.
He glanced back at Chu Qing,
Reached out and grabbed, directly sealed Chu Qing away. This time's child of destiny. I'm someone who's been reborn. As for chess, I'm actually pretty interested as an amateur. Ding, the child of destiny is suppressed by the master. Destiny transfer complete. Mission accomplished. Congrats, Master, you earned an advanced reward pack. Open it now? System notification rings out. Glances at the coming punishment gathering in the sky. Maybe it's all the taunting night rain did. This time, the disaster feels even scarier. There's already some mysterious, obscure aura building up. Open it, not caring about the gathering punishment. Night rain muttered silently. Congrats, Master, you've obtained the heaven-mending secret system. As soon as he finished talking, everything flashed in front of him. A projection appeared in front of Night Rain. Heaven-mending secret. Devour the heavenly Tao. Rule the world. The secret can steal the power of the heavenly Tao through a medium, and even pierce through the very laws of the domain. If you absorb enough of the heavenly Tao's core power, you can become the Lord of the heavenly Tao, master of a whole world, armed with the heaven-mending secret. Night Rain raised an eyebrow. Haven't seen the Child of Destiny? Night Rain pondered for a moment. A glow flashed in his eyes. You came at the perfect time. The upper realm has changed massively. In time, it might spread to all worlds. If you want to go up against the upper realm, then you'll need to create your own force. Use endless resources to reach the very top. If you could become Lord of this universe, even ruler of 3,000 universes, controlling the very essence of all heavens. Night Rain's eyes lit up, smiled with a ruler's air. Rule 3,000 Tao, 3,000 great universes, plus understanding 3,000 heavenly Tao. All that power would be mine when that day comes. To the upper realm even without ascending there. Night Rain will still be unbeatable. Suddenly, a huge shift occurred. Thunderclouds covered the sky. Smoke rolled within. Endless darkness gathered from the universe. The entire Yaoqi sanctuary was shrouded. A sense of doom filled the air. Everything felt like it was returning to nothingness. Divine laws and bans filled the void. There were rooms made of rules. Runic eyes flickered. Inside, 3,000 Tao rules were transforming. Thousands of deadly forces boiled. Endless chaos cycled and grew. Wrath of the heavens. Heaven and earth roared. Liu Mingshu and the Heavenly Pool Emperor, who had left, now reappeared deep in the Yaoqi sanctuary. They could vaguely sense some mysterious power churning. Plenty of elders in Yaoqi sanctuary were watching. Why did the judgment come down so suddenly? The punishment would affect every guest here. Everyone looked tense. They stared at the dark clouds above, with doubt and uncertainty on their faces, just by feeling its power. The power of this punishment. It's probably at its peak, so overwhelming, even saints would sense. A chill inside. Even their spirit felt suppressed. All because that ant drew heaven's protection. Destiny was amplified. Fingers moved in calculation. Calculated a bit. Somewhere in the void. Heavenly fate sent feedback. Every powerhouse suddenly understood. That annoying clown got imprisoned by Emperor Moon Knight. So the heavenly Tao was enraged, and wanted to bring down this punishment. Why are there so many Child of Destiny lately? Is something huge about to happen in this world? Or is a great disaster coming? Everyone looked truly serious, thinking hard in their hearts. Disciples of Yaoqi, listen up. Raise the white cloud array. Liu Mengshu spoke coldly. With great authority, she declared, if this were a cultivation world, cultivators would always be awed, not even dare to defy the heavens. But this is a fantasy world. As everyone knows, fantasy cultivators always rebel against heaven. Not shouting about fighting heaven is rare. No one really fears the heavenly Tao. Of course, Liu Mengshu never took the punishment seriously. Let alone, this punishment would even attack someone she cares about. She'd never allow that. Hurt Yuzhe, huh? Then I'll take you out first. Let the Kunlun ancestor revive at any time, and unleash the might of an emperor's weapon. Her beautiful eyes narrowed. Liu Mengshu looked back at the inner Yaoqi sanctuary, bowed slightly. She really was getting the Kunlun mirror ready to revive, and have the emperor weapon strike the heavenly Tao. Before Liu Mengshu finished speaking, Night Rain already appeared in front of Liu Mengshu. Softly said, no need for that, sis. Liu Mengshu froze for a second. Leave it to me. It's just a heavenly punishment. No need to go to all this trouble. Night Rain said with a smile. Okay, Liu Mengshu replied softly. Didn't say anything else. Let's see how this heaven-mending secret works. He thought to himself. Night Rain stood with hands behind his back. His gaze was deep, stared at the sky ahead. In a flash of thought, Night Rain mastered the whole heaven-mending secret. He instantly understood all the roots and patterns. So the medium really is the child of destiny. The child of destiny, born from the Tao. That's the link between the two. So he could use the child of destiny to tap into the Tao and steal the heavenly Tao, achieve almighty control, comprehend all rules. Night Rain understood clearly. His gaze grew sharper. Nice, now he's relieved. Child of destiny, huh? There'll be plenty of those. With this, he just needs to suppress enough children of destiny. Then he can easily become the lord of this universe, even ruler of all 3,000 Taos. If he fuses them into the upper realm, even without ascending up, just the rank of the 3,000 domains would rival the upper world, and at that moment the punishment exploded with a huge boom. 3,000 divine thunders burst out. They shot straight for Night Rain. Metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Each divine thunder held a different law. Altogether, 3,000 laws. 3,000 total. The divine thunder seemed to remake the earth, wind, water, and fire. Its might could destroy the world, or create a new one, with a power like no other, came crashing down. 3,000 law thunders. That should be enough to break the land. Emperor Moon Knight really angered the Tao. Get to see the Emperor's weapon again. All the strong were shaken, sensing the power inside those thunders. Everyone was stunned, all secretly amazed. Every eye glowed with anticipation, watching Night Rain, ready for him to reveal the Inferno Chronicle, then show the Emperor's weapon again. This punishment is the most powerful law heaven can use. Enough to wound an emperor, not just words. If Emperor Moon Knight wants to fight it, he'll need the Emperor weapon. At this time, the Tao? Is Heaven's Gate about to open? This era, the Tao is way more active. And now in front of the moonlit sky, such power, so terrifying. It shakes the whole universe. Countless ancient beings sensed it. All opened their eyes and looked to the Yaoshi starfield. Once they saw clearly, all the big shots raised their brows, looking pretty interested, started watching carefully. In front of everyone, Night Rain wore white robes, flowing in the wind, standing in the void, like a true king, absolute ruler, not just ethereal and extraordinary, but also deep and mysterious, truly a figure like jade among men, unparalleled prince. Night Rain at the front smiling, slowly raised his hand. Countless celestial flowers bloomed. Divine realms snaked out everywhere. Even more rules swirled up. Chance and change rolled together. He threw a punch, like breaking all magic, shining like a blazing sun, like the moon sinking away. With that one punch, heaven and earth nearly ended, like creating the world anew, full of grandeur, noble and eternal. It seemed as if no power exploded. Nothing seemed to spread out. But as Night Rain swung, wherever the fist passed, space collapsed. The void shattered. The power was terrifying. It was like piercing straight through the chaos sea, breaking through all reality. Before the punch that blew apart the sky, it was strong enough to seriously shake the earth. But even so, not a single punch from Night Rain was stopped. That's impossible. Whether it's the cultivators on site, or the ancient beings, the whole universe fell silent in that instant. Countless shocked voices echoed all around. Even the top powerhouses were so stunned they forgot to breathe. It made countless stars tremble suddenly. Back in the war against the wild ancient land, he needed help from ultimate imperial weapons. But now it's only been a short while. His own power can already sweep over the earth. Everyone was in disbelief. Their minds were just buzzing. They were questioning reality, even struggling to imagine it. But it hadn't stopped yet. Night Rain's eyes shone brightly. His presence seemed to reach its peak. It was like the ultimate ascension, a never-ending transformation. His burning fighting spirit turned into divine flames, wrapping around Night Rain's body. He stepped forward. Night Rain soared upward millions of miles instantly, standing at the universe's pinnacle, facing the secret technique of repairing the heavens' runs. Somewhere out there, Si Yu Qing seemed to have a sudden breakthrough, like it connected him to the heavenly order. Bridging heaven and earth, Night Rain's eyes manifested the realm of divine order. Reality, in Night Rain's eyes, started to blur layer by layer. All that's left are countless frameworks of grand rules, holding up the whole universe's operation. And at a certain spot, there was a faint glow. Night Rain clearly saw it. With bright eyes, Night Rain locked onto the heavenly order, the spot tied to Chu Qing by fate. He threw a punch again. One punch like creation. One punch like annihilation. A punch strong enough to shatter countless mountains and rivers, shaking endless stars. Like the universe itself, his punch carried heaven's power, representing the will of the cosmos, becoming the hand of the cosmos, ending everything. For a moment, the punch seemed beyond reality. At its release, the void completely collapsed. Countless rules and origins spilled out from the collapse. This was the most mysterious of mysteries, the wonders among wonders. This part of the void quickly birthed endless dark clouds and mist. It was like infinite divine light appeared, going against the heavenly will. Moon Knight was about to face the heavenly order head on. He wasn't even a true emperor yet, so how could he be this strong? That's impossible. That's impossible. Shaken to his core, felt chills down his spine. The whole universe turned dead silent. Even ancient beings, even Forbidden Zone emperors were stunned. Even their breathing paused. Don't forget, in the fantasy world, people yell about defying heaven. But it's just talk. No one actually tries to fight heaven. But Night Rain, damn, really challenged heaven. He really tried beating heaven up. Forget quasi-emperors. Even true emperors can't manage this. But Night Rain actually dared, and his power was truly insane. Throughout history, he's the #1 quasi-emperor. That thought flashed through everyone's mind. Looking across time, in all these ages, endless time and space, never has any quasi-emperor done this, and none ever will. Not only can he suppress the earth, he can also fight heaven. Night Rain is the first in all history. Heaven is about to get furious, countless powerhouses muttered to themselves. Their attention was more focused than ever. They really wanted to know, when heaven really gets mad, how Night Rain will hold up. You gotta remember, the heavenly order is the combined will of the universe's rules. It has no actual intelligence, but it operates on instinct. If it's inside the rules, heaven won't interfere. Like if Night Rain destroys Skyfront, heaven won't and can't get involved, because that's within the rules. But Night Rain openly provoked heaven, and even attacked the revealed will of heaven. Those are two totally different things. Heaven stands for the whole universe.
Basically,
If you fight heaven, you're going against the whole universe. You know what that means? It's obvious. Since Moon Knight Emperor dared to provoke heaven, does he have some hidden ace to resist heaven? Just like all the big shots thought. For a brief pause, heaven made its proclamation. Somewhere out there, every being in the universe suddenly felt uneasy and scared. Countless stars shook non-stop. Tons of laws gathered and evolved into boundless divine realms. 3,000 grand cosmic rules, projected across the universe, shining with immortal light. Terrifying power, instantly gathered to the very peak. Even this vast universe trembled endlessly. It was like thunder everywhere. The universe empowered it. Divine might turned the place into hell. Wave after wave of shockwaves crushed everything nearby into dust, even making everything look illusory. The area where Night Rain stood was completely cut off from reality. Under endless energy gathering, a pale golden tree eye appeared above Night Rain's head. This is the eye of heaven. Heaven revealed itself. Will descended. A killing intent totally indifferent and emotionless. A sound like the most profound mystery, echoed in every being's heart. Heaven's will turns to kill. Target, Night Rain kill. Night Rain gave a slight smile. Without the secret technique to repair heaven, Night Rain would never challenge heaven. But with the secret technique, it's a different story. Can heaven really do it? Heaven repair technique. Muttering deep down, Night Rain's eyes were bright. He danced out a single word. Reached out and grabbed. Countless mystical symbols wrapped around Night Rain's palm. They surged and churned, turning into tons of divine realm rules. His palm in that moment became the hand of the cosmos, like transforming into a prison of heaven and earth. He pierced the void directly. The universe shook instantly. Countless rules spilled and splashed out. Heavens will seem to tremble. Even the eye of heaven showed signs of fading, as if some power was eating away at it. Weak for a split second, felt almost eternal. Night Rain quickly withdrew his hand. A sound like invisible thunder spread out. A rune radiated mysterious cosmic energy and an unspeakable meaning. An opportunity grabbed into Night Rain's hand. He clenched his palm. The rune entered Night Rain's mind. In an instant, the heavenly will at the edge of the sky seemed to take a huge hit, and immediately recoiled like a tide. Many strong powerhouses. All of them looked totally confused. No one had any idea what was going on. In the next moment when they saw Yu Yu's figure, he had already vanished from thin air. Countless gulps and gasps filled the air. So many words were stuck in their heads. In the end, only one thought remained for all the cultivators. So terrifying. The world under the moonlight has become even more unfathomable. And even more terrifying. What kind of technique was that just now? Did Yu Yu steal the source of the heavenly Tao? Did he hurt the heavenly Tao itself? That's why he hid himself. In the Forbidden Lands, many sealed emperors muttered to themselves. A trace of wariness flashed in their eyes.
If this keeps up,
This kid might become a huge threat. There was a glint in all the emperor's eyes. It was like some decision had been made deep inside them. Deep in the universe, in a region of dead, silent stars. After sending a message to say goodbye to Liu Mengshu, Yu Yu made a star appear in that region. He sat cross-legged. The power of the heavenly Tao. That was the stone sea. Looking at the stone sea, the runes there radiated mysterious, treasure-like light. Yu Yu mumbled in his heart. This is the law of the great Tao. Or rather, the source of those laws. The heavenly great Tao's rules. That mystical sense. Already let Yu Yu comprehend the full power of this rule. To wield the authority of the heavens. Wherever heaven points, Yu Yu can use it. No matter if he's in the universe or on any star. He can channel heaven's power into himself. Make it his own strength. And it's not just this lost source. By stealing the heavenly Tao's full power this time, Yu Yu also learned more secrets about the sky mending techniques. A complete domain has 3,000 great Tao rules. If I can steal all 3,000 rules, at that time, I'll become the ruler of a domain. I'm still not skilled yet, so I just got one rule this time. Next time I'll be smoother. Then I'll be able to snatch even more rules. Also, if I control all 3,000 Taos of this universe, by then, I'll be the medium myself. If I invade or take over another universe, I won't need a child of destiny anymore. I can directly suppress and refine it myself. Yu Yu thought to himself. Simply put, a child of destiny is a medium. Because they're favored by the heavenly Tao. Or you could call it karma. But if I'm the heavenly Tao myself, I don't need a child of destiny anymore. When that time comes, the sky mending technique will truly be perfected. Use it, and the sky can be mended. Catch the heavenly Tao. Refine the heavenly Tao. Right now, I only stole the rule of heaven. I still need to completely refine it. Only then will I truly master and refine the heavenly laws. My realm should break through at least one, maybe even 2 minor levels. A hint of anticipation appeared in Yu Yu's eyes. This is a law, after all. And it's even the source law. I'll refine it. Break through 1 or 2 minor realms. No problem. But before I refine it, there's one more thing I need to do. With a wave of his hand, Yu Yu brought Si Chu Qing back out. A reborn person should know which period of the future he came back from. A faint smile appeared on his face. Yu Yu didn't say anything extra. He just sent out his divine sense and began searching Si Chu Qing's soul. As for unsealing him and talking to him, there's just no need. He's just an ant.
even if he's a child of destiny.
So what? Even talking to him, or mocking him, Yu Yu wasn't interested. A flood of memories rushed in instantly. Yu Yu wiped out Chu Qing with a wave. Then he closed his eyes and started digging deep into Chu Qing's memories. Reborn from 1,000 years later, huh? No wonder he was so eager to kill me. Even without the system's help, I'd rule the world in the future too. Only I stand supreme. The system was always just a tool. The real power is me, not the system. Even before, as a quasi-emperor who traveled 500 years, I never used any system. Without the system, it'd just slow down my growth, but wouldn't stop me from becoming the strongest. After a while, Yu Yu opened his eyes again and muttered to himself. In CHU Qing's memory, all the info about future opportunities speaks for itself. It made Yu Yu super satisfied. Children of destiny really are treasures. Their help is just crazy. It saves me a lot of time growing up. Yu Yu just hopes the future children of destiny keep getting better and better. That would make things even more perfect. Invasion from the upper realm. All 3,000 Dao domains fell. What level was that drop of demon blood, actually? Even a single drop contains insane power. It's just unbelievable. Thinking about why CHU Qing was reborn. Yu Yu's eyes grew more serious. So it really is like the Empress said? 1,000 years from now, the heavenly gate opens wide. But it's not what everyone hopes, not for ascension. Instead, it's an endless demon sea, with all those upper realm experts turned into monsters descending. In CHU Qing's memory, the brutality after the upper realm descended is still clear as day. Even he ended up dying. Every world in the heavens turned into a demon domain, becoming a graveyard. Over 900 years left. Plenty of time. A spark flashed in Yu Yu's eyes. Battle intent surged within him. The upper realm is coming. A tidal wave of demon sea. We'll see about that. CHU Qing failed in his memory. But who says Yu Yu will lose? System activated. Plus, all these children of destiny are my EXP packs. There's over 900 years left. Who knows how far Yu Yu himself can go. I'll refine heaven's law first. Then it's time to start planning. No time to lose. Gotta get moving. He let out a breath, shook off all distractions. And Yu Yu stopped thinking about it. He slowly closed his eyes and began to cultivate. Wu Wei earth level. Suppress everything. So what about the upper realm? If they show up, Yu Yu is totally confident he can suppress them all. Besides, what Yu Yu wants isn't to wait for them to attack, take a beating passively. That's not Yu Yu's style.
He wants to gather power from all 3,000 Dao domains.
Then fight back. Upper realm, primordial god clan, one of the hidden races of the ancient Zhuan cosmos. Eons ago, the entire ancient Zhuan cosmos, even universes around it, were ruled by the primordial god clan. Back then, their clan leader fought everywhere, and finally built the primordial god court, ruling 5 great universes. That dynasty finally ended after several eras. Then, as their clan leader ascended to a higher realm, the primordial god clan started to disappear. But their hidden power is still massive, and their name still shakes the whole cosmos. Supreme above all, even the current ancient clans, heavenly, demon, and outsider clans, are all still vassals of the primordial god clan. In a pocket world belonging to that clan, the former clan leader, the divine master Shen Wuqian, awoke in this life and was meditating in the temple. Suddenly, a strange, obscure aura flashed by. Shen Wuqian's eyes snapped open. His eyes were briefly lost. Then, Shen Wuqian quickly regained clarity. Where am I? Wasn't I just going to herd the sheep? How did I suddenly end up here? He looked around himself and mumbled to himself, still pretty confused, but sensing that terrifying power inside himself. That really threw Shen Wuqian off. This power, heavenly stare of the divine treasure, even saints or great saints aren't this strong. Shen Wuqian felt like even a flick of his hand. I can crush a star into dust. At this moment, mysterious ripples flashed through my mind. Suddenly, memories flooded in. Shen Wuqian closed his eyes. He instinctively kept receiving information. After a long while, Shen Wuqian opened his eyes again. His eyes were filled with wild joy. Ancient god, tribe's god's son, direct descendant. I actually took over the body of the ancient god's son. I'm just a menial disciple from a small sect. Yet I managed to possess the body of the ancient god's son. With this identity, who would dare to look down on me now? Who would dare to underestimate me now? With this identity, I can stand at the very top of the Dao domain. Shen Wuqian was overjoyed. Huge excitement kept rushing through his mind. For a moment, Shen Wuqian actually felt like he was about to faint from happiness. Although Shen Wuqian didn't know why a nobody like him was able to possess the godson's body, it didn't matter. He had already succeeded. That's enough. Turns out all those famous powerful factions and races are actually affiliated with the ancient god tribe. Plus the protection of the ancient god tribe. I'm basically invincible now. Even my own cultivation has already reached the peak of Saint King realm. I can break through to quasi-emperor anytime. Feels great, god, Sun bloodline is unbeatable. It's so easy to break through to quasi-emperor. So many thoughts flashed by. Shen Wuqian clicked his tongue secretly.
His face turned red.
From being way too excited, so many words rushed through his mind. But only one thought remained. I'm unstoppable. I'm invincible now. Only I am invincible. Thinking of those geniuses always in the spotlight, shining so bright. Shen Wuqian's mouth curved into a smile. His eyes grew brighter. Now I'm the ancient god tribe's godson. The whole tribe is under my control. If I let the ancient god tribe reappear, who in this vast universe could compete with me? I'm the brightest star. Oh right, there's still him. And he once was totally out of my league. Now I'm qualified to marry her. Jade Pool Sanctuary. In the emperor daughter's mind, she recalled the glimpse of Liu Mengsu's back. Shen Wuqian licked his dry lips. His eyes were overflowing with greed. Rumor has it the Jade Pool Empress secretly likes that jerk Night Rain. Moonlit Great Emperor, Quasi-Emperor realm, challenging the Emperor, huh? He frowned a bit, then relaxed. Shen Wuqian's face showed disdain. From what he knew, the ancient god tribe had several extreme Dao Emperor weapons. The heritage was insanely strong, ridiculously amateur. No matter how strong, they're not worthy to be my foe. If they know their place, it's fine. If not, hey, I'll break through to Quasi-Emperor first, then make some plans. Figure out how to bring out the ancient god tribe. Meanwhile, in Jade Pool Star region, Heaven Light Star Taixuan Sec's menial peak, an ordinary-looking young man slowly opened his eyes. Why is my body so weak here? Wait, this isn't my body. Noticing something wrong, the young man frowned, a bit panicked, but still calm. He took a deep breath, trying to relax. When he sensed tons of info in his mind, he checked immediately. Taixuan Sec's menial disciple, Jiang Qinfeng. I've become Shilaozi, a menial disciple of Taixuan sect. How is this possible? I've got a treasure to protect me. How did I suddenly take over this Shilaozi's body? Is this an illusion? No, it's not. Who did this behind the scenes? Now that I've taken over Jiang Qingfeng, where did Jiang Qingfeng go? He took my body. His eyes flickered. The young man quickly figured things out. His eyes narrowed. If that's how it works, then Jiang Qingfeng probably got my memories too. This is trouble now. Need to figure out a way to reach the god tribe again. That way, I can prove who I am. He exhaled. The young man started thinking deeply. Deep in the cosmos, in the extinction star region, feeling the rules of heaven, mysterious night rain, sensed something. With feedback from the money secret, a blurry vision appeared in Night Rain's mind. He opened his eyes. A faint golden glow flashed in Night Rain's eyes. Someone's plotting against me. Money secret can only catch blurry visions. Protected by treasure. At this moment, a new child of destiny has appeared.
He chuckled.
Night Rain's expression turned playful. Just as expected, the child of destiny gets crazier the later it gets. This time, the child of destiny even has treasure protection. So what if they're protected by treasure? It's still useless. Night Rain squinted his eyes. He moved his fingers. The universe secret was pushed to the max. Just a blurry feedback from universe secret's core. If he actively used universe secret to spy on the Mother Sutra, that's a whole different story. Can you really stop me? Suddenly, Night Rain broke through the blurry barrier. Shen Wuqian appeared right in Night Rain's sight. He saw what happened. The youth's face showed some interest. Sheep has possessed a strong body. Kind of interesting. Possession root. Child of destiny. Heaven's way is pretty playful. No doubt about it. This kid could possess. Only because of heaven's will. Ancient god tribe has treasures to suppress things. Even their god's son is protected by treasures? No way anyone could possess the ancient god's son. Unless it's a system thing breaking the rules? Since this kid doesn't have a system. No doubt about it. Must be heaven's doing. Thinking of something. Night Rain's mind stirred. He continued deducing. Since this kid possessed the ancient god's son, Where's the real Shen Wuqian? In an instant, Night Rain looked another way. The old Shen Wuqian, now Zhang Qianfeng, appeared in Night Rain's view. Just as expected, he smiled. Night Rain's mind raced with ideas. If that's the case, Night Rain already had a plan. The ancient god tribe isn't simple. If planned well, his strategy to build power could work out way smoother. No rush. Let this child of destiny bounce around for a bit. Finish refining heaven's rules. There's more to do. Step by step. He shook his head. Night Rain cleared his thoughts.
He ignored this child of destiny for now.
Starting over, reflecting on the rules of heaven, time quietly slips away. Almost 5 years have passed without noticing. Time fades into silence. Divine will swirls around in the starry domain. Auspicious clouds roll overhead. Multiple divine presences appear. Tao rhythm rises and falls, scattering apart. Mystical energy wraps around, incredibly profound. The youth slowly opens his eyes. It looks like the universe is collapsing in his gaze. Seems like a new world is being born. Countless phenomena seem to emerge from the youth's eyes. A trace of obscure energy flashes from the youth's body. Even if it lasts just a split second, it still causes countless stars nearby to disintegrate into dust. The terrifying power shakes the whole void. Visible layers collapse one after another. Everything is wiped out completely. Rules of heaven. Power is completely refined. 2 realms broken through in succession, this time in seclusion. The Yu didn't just break through one realm. He actually broke through 2 minor realms. From Quasi-Emperor 3rd Heaven to Quasi-Emperor 5th Heaven. One step closer to Quasi-Emperor 9th Heaven. It's time to start acting. He takes a deep breath, stands up straight. The Yu gazes off into the distance. His eyes grow deeper. The clan is offering a supreme emperor weapon as dowry. Yaoshi Holy Land is offering their whole sacred land as dowry. The Yu has not forgotten this.
If he's not marrying, so be it.
If he does, he must do it right. The Qin Cheng and Liu Mingshu have already done it this way. The Yu's betrothal gift can't be any less impressive than theirs. Would the dignified moonlight great emperor lose face? If not for that, the Yu wouldn't say he'd wait until they visit. He'd just ask directly for marriage. It's altogether a big enough dowry. It can't be weaker than a supreme emperor weapon, no matter what.